Absolutely, one of the best games this year.
Absolutely. It's been a while since I played a good Xbox game. Don't tell that to Smooth.
You let him know. I ain't gonna tell him.
Yeah. It reminded me a lot of Metroid 2 because that game was a pretty good collectathon as well.
Yeah, a lot of these. I mean, that's pretty much the core of a lot of Metroidvania games, right?
Yeah, some of them are more story focused, but will have you progress through just getting the collectibles as an option.
Yeah.
Or it's more optional than some games I played.
Yeah. I beat it, you know, ended up with a 92%. I could easily go back and get everything else, but I have no desire to.
My second playthrough I did on hard, and I wanted to do a speed run while getting the main collectibles, and I beat it in about 9 hours. I saw one dude beat it in 2 hours, and I was like, but his completion rate was like 12% or something. I don't know how he did that.
Bare minimum.
Mine was 70% after hard.
Speed run, pretty much.
I had 70%, but I did the first playthrough on normal, so I knew where everything was, so I could just get to it and get through the bosses. What up, Smooth?
What's up?
You beat Ori yet?
No.
You plan to?
Nah.
Wow.
It's really good though. You still playing Bleeding Trash?
It's a really hold on a second though. But like Ori's a really good game. Why don't you plan to beat it?
Well, when's he gonna beat Ori 2?
I don't play. I not that I don't play. It's just that just like I'm stuck again, and I don't feel like figuring it out.
Have you tried switching to easy?
Oh boy.
No, not
I don't
quite.
think that's gonna help. I don't know. I don't know. Like, see, here's the thing. I actually did get lost on the first Ori. Like, but I never got lost on this one. I never got lost on this one once. This one's way like
the map's way better.
Yeah, the map is way better navigationally.
And you can buy the map and have like a location of where everything is too.
Not sure where you could be stuck. Come on, Smooth. You can't do this.
He's got to finish Ori 2 as well before Ori 3.
I don't know. Both the Ori games, like I said, I don't say anything bad about them. These aren't my style games. I don't know if I've ever even beaten a game like in that genre.
I guarantee Jack will beat it before you does, and his computer's giving out on him.
I'm sure he will. He beat the first one before me. I hope he does.
It just looks bad when you know, it's one of Xbox's best games.
Hey, I got enough Xbox games beat in my catalog to be okay.
This year though, this year, Bleeding Trash ain't coming near Ori.
Shit, here's the thing. I'm going to 100% complete Bleeding Edge, and I feel like that's good enough to not beat Ori. So,
I mean, I played it for 30 minutes and dropped it.
That's
just
good.
Couldn't get into it. Well,
I know it's the same. It's like here, Ori. I'm not taking anything from Ori, but this is the thing. I haven't hyped Ori in any capacity. Sure, it looks great. It's just that I can't get into the game if I can't progress, and I have been struggling to progress through any of the Oris. I haven't beaten any of the Oris. Like, you'll see, even with the first, I got a bunch of achievements and stuff, but then I just get stuck.
Switch
it's not
even
stuck
then. If you're stuck on a boss or an enemy,
it's not a boss. It's
doesn't know where to go next. Doesn't know where to go next.
What game facts it?
No, but like the game pretty much shows you your objective
and where to go
all the time. You might have a problem getting to it because there are some parts where like it's hard to figure out
side
how
quests
to get there.
Highlighted. You got side quests highlighted. You can turn those off. It might help.
Hold on, I might give it a touch it some more this week.
All right, Smooth.
I see you finally finished it, right? You got your review up. I gotta watch it.
Yeah,
which one? Mine or
beat it
BG's?
like last week.
Oh yeah.
beat it last week.
If you know where everything is, you could speedrun it in like 9 hours.
What the fuck? Has anybody ever read or watched One Outs?
Watch what?
The anime or manga One Outs.
Never even heard of it.
You know, the main character might be the most evil character of all time. This man is the master of mind. Like, this man mind fucks people worse than Light and L.
Nice move.
Actually, I'll take it back. He mind fucks more than an Xbox fanboys get.
You got a Patreon push, yo.
Another
Yeah,
one?
He knows.
a new one?
No, the one you ain't did.
Yeah, I was gonna do it, but I didn't want to like stream the shit and this not be able to notify you. I want to know the name of where I can find them.
You don't need to notify. They'll know you're streaming.
Oh, because I wasn't gonna stream one.
Jack told you his name.
Y'all still haven't done They Bleed Pixels.
I'm gonna stream it this week. I am streaming it this week because I bought the game. I already bought the game. It's installed. I was just. But now I'm gonna have trouble streaming the game because I got these Nintendo bitches.
Those Animal Crossing weirdos?
Yeah,
I've been dealing with them too.
So hold on. Y'all were all supposed to stream They Bleed Pixels as well. None of you have done it.
I've streamed it before.
Like, y'all got nothing to do. I don't want to hear no excuses. Y'all too big. No.
I'm not on quarantine, dog.
Oh, you got a central job too, Jimmy?
I'm not on quarantine.
What do you mean not on quarantine? Everybody's illegally on quarantine. You still might have to
quarantine.
Even nurses.
Figure it out.
Oh God, even a nurse is on quarantine outside of work.
I'm essential, dog.
I work at a
Doesn't
food
matter.
store, so
Outside of work, you're still on quarantine.
I'm not on quarantine, dog.
Well, when you go home,
everybody is on quarantine.
Are you on the streets or something?
Jimmy always the exception to everything. You know this.
I know, right? Even nurses and doctors, when they're not at work, are on quarantine. Well, yo, somebody up in New York better call the cops on Jimmy so he don't go around spreading that shit.
Nah, it's legal. I'm not on quarantine, baby.
It's not legal.
It is. I mean, the exception.
Dude, I live upstate New York. I need paperwork if I'm driving around. Otherwise, the cops will pull me over.
I have it.
You got it? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I got paperwork.
Lockdown. Cops might shoot your big ass driving around.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, I'm not like 10-4, we got Biggie Smalls driving down East Boulevard.
Oh man.
Requesting
Code red.
Requesting backup. Biggie is back from the dead.
Oh man.
Yo, Smooth Addict coming?
Yeah, he's supposed to be. I told him. He said, "Hold on, I just sent him a text to come through."
Jack,
what the hell is that?
Motherfucker, you know that
Yo,
dog?
what was that for real?
That sounded like a zombie or the nemesis or something.
Yo, chat was good. What's up? Ain't shit happened this week like that though.
Yeah, I gotta share the video.
You might want to share the stream because everybody's podcast count is
YouTube's been messing up.
I shared
YouTube is working from home. YouTube is working from home, so share the video.
Yeah.
You
Everybody
like
watching.
Share the video.
Everybody watching. Tweet it out. You
like
know.
and retweet it. We got to get people in here because the YouTube sub boxes are broken.
But you know what also killed us? Like YouTube doesn't do the like to share anymore. Like that killed.
That's stupid. That is dumb.
Yeah, that is dumb.
That killed shit, bro. Like that
Just like used to help your channel back in the day too.
Now the whole algorithm is based on likes, and people don't hit the like button. So.
Likes and long videos. You remember when it was like the opposite? Remember when like the shortest video you could make?
Minutes.
Yeah, like now it's about 10-minute videos.
It's 10 plus, yeah.
Yeah.
10
Get the ads placed where you want them.
Yep. But before you had to like make the video as short as possible so you could get the watch time and everything like that.
Yeah, because remember before the maximum length of a video you could make was only 15. Way back in the day, you had to get all your stuff in under 15.
Yeah, so let's do these intros and get started. Weapon Wheel Podcast, episode 230. Make sure you hit that like button to help the podcast, promoting everything like that. Shout out to the the AverMedia sponsors. We're on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, Spotify. Hit the join button below the video. That'll allow you to become a member, and you get to use those nice emotes and have a chat badge next to your name. If you want to submit a video to play in the background as we do the podcast, just send me an email at weaponwheelpress.com, and I will add you to the Google Drive list, and you could just drop your gameplay in there. So yeah, intros now. Jack.
Hello, everyone.
Jimmy.
Yo, what's up, man? J Mega Games, off quarantine, baby. I'm here.
Move.
What's up, everybody? It's the Best Buy. How y'all doing?
Holy One.
What's up, guys? I think it's the last time I was on was a year ago.
You sound different.
Good to be back. I got a way better mic now. I think it's helping.
I thought I was gonna say puberty.
Yeah, maybe. I do age. Some people say I age backwards, but anyways, check out my channel. I'm uploading daily. Just beat Doom and Ori. Great games. Definitely check out Ori. It's a really good platformer. And Doom is Doom.
Yeah, this dude beat Doom on Ultra.
Yeah, I uploaded my screenshots too. Good game.
That's wild.
Yeah, that is.
I had to restart my campaign 3 times, but I finally got it.
You can't die once in Ultra Nightmare, can
Nope, you restart Doom 2016 I beat on the PS4. It restarted my campaign. There's no achievement for doing it either. There's just no point. Well, I got a gold skin, but I'm wearing that now. So you get a gold armor and some weird, pretty much cosmetic stuff for beating it.
And the final boss of that game is no joke.
No, it is not.
Right.
The Marauders were insane. The shield guys, when you get to them, you'll know.
You know what's pretty funny though? If you watch the advertisements of Doom, literally in the first 2 seconds of their ad, they show the final boss.
Oh yeah.
Which I just found when you get to it, you just find out like that's insanity that they would do that.
No, they saying spoilers in the chat.
So first topic.
I'm sorry, I didn't get to my intro.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Just trying to skip right over. I'm gonna let you off easy this week, BJ. Who's typing during my intro?
That's my mechanical keyboard. I'm sorry. I got an amazing mechanical keyboard. Anybody?
Another thing, Bond. I beat Doom on Ultra Nightmare with a controller, not a mouse and keyboard.
Oh, what keyboard do you have, BJ?
The Logitech. I gotta look at the back. Logitech G613.
I don't know much about that, but welcome to Weapon Wheel 230. We would appreciate if you hit that like and retweet, subscribe to all that good stuff, because YouTube can't help anybody. And I beat Doom as well. I finished that live stream. Check it out. I beat it on Ultra Violence, not Nightmare. And next thing we're looking forward to, Smooth, is I believe April 3rd, Resident Evil 3.
Well, dude, sorry to help you on that one.
What you talk about? Trump giving you 1,200. You good?
Trump didn't give me shit until I get that 1,200.
Oh man, here comes Vagabond.
I don't know what the fuck. Hey, he's gonna.
Nah, BG, you better give us that money. You don't want that money.
I'll take some of that.
BG.
Too.
Oh, Trump owes
Times
me.
Are hard out here.
I'm not looking at that as like a handout. He owes me money. He owes
hold
me.
up, but hold up. Your people were trying to make it so you wouldn't get that money.
Listen, Bond, my people are black people. That's the only people I identify with.
Smooth. Didn't his people try to block the stimulus bill 2 times?
They delayed that shit as much as possible.
They delayed They had like 5 amendments.
Don't Bond sound like Uncle Ruckus? You people? Who are you people, Bond?
This is hilarious.
Who are you people?
They tried to stop him from getting, but now he getting that money.
Bond, first of all, Bond, we don't care what you think. Plus, you're light skinned. Shut up. We don't care.
Check ain't coming for 3 weeks.
If you don't want
it.
Go down.
Listen, you can only talk on this podcast if you're paper bag brown or darker. We don't care, Bond. You're light skinned.
You just mad Drake run the music industry.
Your opinion is irrelevant. You're light skinned. Shut up. Stop speaking.
All the top grossing musicians and movie stars are light skinned.
Okay, Jack, you're a little bit. You're a paper bag brown or darker, right, Jack? You could talk.
Oh man.
Anyway, Smooth. They got that on Green Man Gaming for like 40 now. I'm trying
for
to
RE3.
Okay. All right.
You don't gotta pay full price.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good price.
CD Keys has it for 44.
Yeah,
then they got me for 46, and I bought it earlier.
Anyway,
I'm waiting until the last day.
Anyway, I can get it, Smooth, by April 3rd. I'm cool. If you can get it for free, I'm cool as long as I get it.
All right. First topic to touch on. We're going to do. Hold on one second.
Is
Okay.
that me or is that?
No, I was about to tell my wife to.
Oh, leave the room.
Yeah. So we're gonna touch on the latest trash to be released this week. I think that's decent.
Oh,
note
the
to do.
Predator
It's gotta
game?
be an Xbox game.
No,
It's a PlayStation game, dude.
PlayStation game.
Oh,
not
It's a
only
really?
is it
PlayStation game.
well, I can't say it's a PlayStation
Well,
game. It's on PC and PlayStation.
It's
but,
published by Sony though, so.
But yes,
Published by
Sony
Sony, yeah.
invested money into this
Mhm.
hot piling piece of dog,
Dog
shit.
shit. Yeah.
What are you talking about, JTech?
Oh.
That's disrespectful.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
We're
Yeah.
talking about Predator Hunting Grounds. Sony invested money. See, I've been getting on Sony this whole generation. Hey, we
I
need
found
some
out how much they
multiplayer.
spent on it too. It's crazy.
We need some multiplayer games. You know, it's been kind of dry around here. I forgot to expand the fucking background video. Hold on. All right, cool. And this is what they give us. Predator Hunting Grounds, absolute trash. Made by the same studio that made Friday, the
I was
13th.
about to say, it looks like
Yeah.
a Friday.
It looks
type
like Friday
game.
the 13th.
And you would think, and Friday the 13th seems to be a better game. Friday the 13th is nowhere near amazing or anything
actually,
like that.
I have a lot of time in Friday.
Yeah, me too.
But you would think they would have learned from that game, and this would have been an improved game. This game is terrible. Or y'all can speak on it. Go ahead.
First of all, yo, is anyone think the Predator might be a little OP though?
Oh yeah, with the cloak for sure. Every match I played with the Predator, I always when I played my first two matches, if I could connect to a game, I got stuck waiting 15 minutes for a game. When I finally got into a game, I got the Predator. And every time I used the cloak, I'd end up killing like 3 people, and then they'd rage quit, and then the server would crash. That's how bad the server connection was. So that's about as far as I could get into it before dropping it.
I didn't play it.
Big
But
trash.
I didn't. Like I said,
Who
they
is
can't.
playing Super Monkey Ball?
That is fucking
Is that Blandrew?
no, it's actually
it
not
looks
Blandrew.
like a Blandrew type.
No,
of
it's
It
not
does.
Blandrew.
Okay.
Homeboy that he's a huge White Sox fan,
Baron?
huge baseball fan.
Right Star.
Rystar,
Oh,
I'm not
yeah,
gonna
it's
lie,
Rystar.
this game was pretty cool on the GameCube.
Yeah, it's Rystar.
Oh, Jimmy, did you play it on PC for the Predator game?
Nah.
No, okay.
Yeah.
So the PS4 version I tried, it had no matches I could find. Apparently on PC there's some technical issues that people were reporting, which so I was at 4K 60 right on my Radeon 7, and if I join a match, if I quit a match and start a new one, my frame rate drops to like 20, and then it's stuck like that through the rest of the match. I don't know if that's a server
Whoa.
issue. That's not just me. Like somebody's, like I saw multiple videos of people with 20 DTIs having the same issue.
Yeah, it's like a server thing, yeah.
No, the
That's
servers are causing it to. It's
To
a
dip
broken
out, yeah.
server.
That sounds
Mhm.
like gold chain problems to me.
I didn't.
Yeah, definitely gold chain problems for me.
I didn't have any technical issues. I only played 2 matches, and then I was like, "Yeah, this is absolute garbage. I can't believe this is actually a game."
Yeah.
I rip on Bleeding Edge, but I'll say Bleeding Edge is a far superior game to this.
And people are, and there's people defending Predator. So I played as the Predator the first time, right? And then I play because usually I don't like being the target in these 4v1 type games, right? I'm like, it's probably because I'm the Predator. I don't typically enjoy being that, right? Or Jason and Friday. I'm like, that's got to be it. So I play as the soldiers, I guess. And I'm like, this is low key worse. Because it's like, okay, the soldiers have missions, right? Within the game, not only to kill the Predator, but they have their own missions. And the Predator is hunting them while they do those missions. And there's bots. So there's bots in the game that the Predator can kill, but also the people playing as the soldiers kill while trying to do their mission.
It's kind of like Titanfall, because someone told me, some idiot on Twitter was telling me that this is better than Titanfall because the bots are more smart in this game than Titanfall 1, not
They're
Titanfall
idiots.
2.
Oh no.
I said, whatever you're smoking, I'll have it. That's my reply to that.
The bots were idiots. They were literally
Nah.
just.
And I'd rather play as a mech than the Predator, even though I like
graphics.
Aliens
You
versus.
couldn't even bring up Titanfall. Those graphics alone, ugh.
Ugh, no.
See, here's the thing,
Nope.
right? I didn't think the graphics looked good. They look better than I expected, right?
Mhm.
Because I thought that the graphics were gonna look just super low budget. I'm like, Predator actually looks good. Everything else looks super cheap and like trash. Predator
I
details
think
were okay.
I think it runs good because I had MSA turned all the way up to 8 on that and it ran fine, but whenever I connected to the server, my performance would go to the crapper. So their servers suck. And I think
Yeah,
it's the
it's a
same
server
servers
thing.
because I played Friday the 13th and I played that a lot on my PlayStation 4 and I put a lot of time into Friday the 13th. I thought, "Oh, are these servers going to be as bad as Friday the 13th?" And somehow they made it worse.
That's what it reminds me of the most, though.
How disappointing, man. I mean, I never expected it to be good. I shouldn't say disappointing, but I'm more disappointed that Sony has their publishing name on this and that they gave money towards this game.
Well, I guess they're dipping their toes in the PC gaming market. This is a PC game at this point, right? Because it's got buggy messes.
Oh shit.
Nah.
I mean, I kind of wonder why Sony's name is attached to this. I'm really wondering why. Why is that?
Because they probably funded the whole
Because
thing.
BG said they ain't got no multiplayer games.
How much money did they drop on this game, anyways? They might have put much down
It
on
couldn't
it.
have been that much.
If you look at it, this game probably didn't take much to build. So.
Bro,
No.
GameStop reviewed it as 4.2 out of 5.
GameStop.
They
Those
trying to sell
GameStop.
any kind of game.
No.
Game's not even out yet. It's a freaking trial. Like, when does it even come out? I don't even know when the actual game
Who
comes out.
made this game? Who was Ilphonic?
The Friday 13th.
Friday
developers.
13 people. And remember, that game came out a clusterfuck, too. So
At
Yeah,
least
but
it
that
was
game turned out
enjoyable
to
a
be
little
good,
bit.
though. That game
Yeah,
turned out
it was a
really
little
good.
bit good.
I couldn't get Kid to play it, but it
I
turned out
sunk 400 hours alone on the PlayStation 4 for that game. And that was only because I had friends to play it with.
because it was fun to play with your friends. Like,
Exactly.
Like at the end of the day, we're gonna have to see how this game turns out once it's launched. We can't really speak too much on it because if I remember correctly, Friday the 13th came out. And it was pretty bad too. Constant server issues, lagging out issues, glitches. But to a lot of people, they put mad hours into it. And at the end of the day, how much is this game?
Dude, I looked at the player base day launch between Friday the 13th and Predator. Predator only had about 300 active users, whereas Friday the 13th had like 12,000. That's
Damn.
bad.
How
Damn,
much
it has
is this
half
game?
as much as Bleeding Edge?
They had less than Bleeding Edge at launch.
Jesus.
But what's funny is, I'm sorry, but people don't keep the same energy. I saw way more slander for Bleeding Edge than I seen Predator.
I was seeing the same people that said Bleeding Edge was trash. I don't know why this game came out. The same people were on Twitter saying, you know what? Predator has potential. I really enjoyed this, or I really enjoyed that. I'm just like,
Man.
oh my god.
It's
If
sad.
Bleeding Edge should have been a free to play, I'm just saying, like, I played it for 30 minutes. I said it's okay, it's an okay game, but playing $30, I felt like it made it worse.
So
for
let's
me and
transition
overall.
into Bleeding Edge, because here's my thing. I don't have a problem with anybody thinking Bleeding Edge is trash, but it really upset me when there's like Predator. I'm sorry, Predator is objectively a bad game. That game is bad. Okay, so the same people that was trashing Bleeding Edge were either trying to downplay how bad Predator is, or they just weren't saying anything at all. I'm like, y'all spent 2-3 days talking about how bad Bleeding Edge is. Cool, that's no problem. But keep the same energy for Predator, bro. Where y'all at? They was quiet. And here's the thing. I'm playing Bleeding Edge, right? People, seem to be upset about me playing Bleeding Edge. Do I think it's a great game? No. Do I think it's even good? It's mid, right? But there's still, I think the game has a lot of potential. That's why I'm playing. I think it's plenty of potential. I don't think it's gonna reach that potential, but bruh, it's better than fucking Predator.
Okay, one thing I have to say
Who
about Bleeding
plays
Edge
games
is
on potential, though.
A lot of Ubisoft games have been based on potential.
Mhm.
I mean, Wildcard made art. People said that had potential.
Show me one of the
People
updates.
had potential.
Atlas,
hmm
the RPG dev?
No, the game.
game.
Oh, the game Atlas. Yeah.
Like, look at how a lot of Ubisoft games started out, like Siege, For Honor. A lot of these
Rainbow
games.
Six Siege was legitly dead when it came out. Like, it was dead.
But they didn't give up on it, and they supported it, right? Now
It's huge.
Now nobody's making fun of Siege. I mean, For Honor never picked up as much as they wanted it to, but they still supported it.
It's still alive.
But
Exactly.
those games were good when they came out.
No one was
Mm.
playing
Predator's
them.
playing For Honor since day one, and that game's look lit.
But
For Honor
the,
was semi fun.
yeah, the player base didn't really stay there. I remember there were reports that the For Honor player base was like almost non-existent after like a few months after.
Then they had to make it free though. That's why I'm thinking Bleeding Edge might go free to play because if the player base dies, Microsoft might have to take that approach.
Time out. Why am I looking at this monkey gameplay and look like he's hitting this thing in the dick?
Yo, what the fuck?
Why is he hitting this thing in the dick, bro? This is weird.
Do you ever, BG, question? Why don't you look over this footage before like adding it to the videos? Like, just
Bro,
preview
this
it.
is mad
his
sus.
belly.
That is clearly okay.
You realize how much work that would be if he had to look at every, like, he might skim through, but I doubt he really watches it.
I mean,
I
if-
skimmed through. Yeah,
I mean, I'll give you some footage if you want. I play like 10 different types of genres. I can give
Yeah,
you.
that was
any
just
footage
King
that's
Hippo
not
from
sus.
Punch Out. That's all it was.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, but yeah, man. I don't like. I think Bleeding Edge has a lot of potential, but I don't think the Ninja Theory crew is the right staff for that because they're already small, and then they're making like 3-4 different games. So who's gonna be the staff that stays on to make this
So
thing
basically,
grow?
they're the Platinum Games of Microsoft, basically.
I mean, maybe. I mean,
They
I
make it too many
do think they could be taking on too much because with Ubisoft, they can start a game off like mid and support it for years because they have like hundreds.
They want a service-based industry. That's what they're going for.
Yeah, I don't know who's gonna support and bring all these content updates to Bleeding Edge. I don't think they can support it. So I think the game will die just off of that, but just off of the fact that there's nobody to support the game, not off the fact that it's so bad it can't be, there's no coming back for it. Like so.
My one question about Bleeding Edge is I've been hearing people in my mentions saying Overwatch is trash, yet they like Bleeding Edge, and the games are like almost identical to me.
No, they're not.
I don't think so.
Overwatch and
One
Bleeding Edge
is
are
good
two
and one is
entirely
not.
different games.
I don't think Overwatch is good.
I got-
There is not one game that plays like Bleeding Edge on the market.
No.
Maybe
There's a
not
couple I can
exactly.
link you
There's
to. if you're
similarities.
interested.
The cosmetics look similar. I mean, like
Look,
I think
sure-
it's the
sure,
artistic
did
style.
Ninja Theory take some of the concepts from Overwatch? Yes. I mean,
Probably.
even the character screen looks identical to Overwatch's character screen.
So
But,
you're
like,
saying the gameplay is different.
The
That's
gameplay is
which
way
it
different.
is.
It's not even remotely the same.
But what I'm saying is it looks too much like Overwatch, and maybe they're trying to go for the Overwatch fan base because it is pretty huge. Maybe you think that's what they're catering to.
To be honest with you, I just think this is something that was in the back burner because it's been in development for years, but it was
Okay.
put on it was stopped because of funding issues, and when Microsoft bought them,
Microsoft came in.
they let them finish it.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised they didn't just cancel it and maybe make it into something different or delay it to give it more polish time.
Like I said, I think if done by a different studio, or supported by a different studio, this game could be a hit. Like I don't.
I bet the
it's-
coalition could have done a better
It
job.
just- It just it depends on what they do, because I know it's getting play on Game Pass. I don't know exactly what Microsoft's. I don't think Ninja Theory knows what the future of this game is
No.
because I don't think it's something that Microsoft intended on putting a lot of time into. I don't know. I'm not in the meetings. Maybe if it gets, it's like Sea Thieves. Maybe if it gets enough play on Game Pass, they fund it and let it continue updating.
And it's clear issues that can be addressed in the game. Like for example, the game is clearly too slow. It does need to be sped up. I'm not saying by 50%, but the game clearly needs to be sped up. Also,
I'd say about 10 to 15. And the game would be
that's at least safe to try try out, release a little hot patch. Okay, the game's speed increased by 15%, try it out. Also, like, why every time you play a game, it brings you back to the main screen? If a multiplayer game that automatically brings you back to the main screen and doesn't automatically matchmake for you, that's just weird. I don't get that one. I don't know if it feels like that in the beta. I never played the beta.
It's the same thing. It's the same.
Okay, and the characters, there's not enough depth. Like every character, even though there's mods to modify how strong a certain move is, every character typically plays, not every character, every like Kulev, for example, that's the character I use. That if I run into a Kulev, he's gonna be doing the exact same thing I do with no different type of play style because
There are different variety of things like Gizmo. she has some mods to where she does do different things that another Gizmo might do. Like there's a mod where Gizmo can put 3 of those gun things down instead of 2. You know,
Okay.
that might not seem like a huge advantage to some people, but it feels like Gizmo was put in this game to kill tanks, and she's definitely one of the issues in the game. But you know,
Yeah.
I do get what you're saying, but I think at the same time, like I'd rather them focus on establishing fair competitive characters and expand on that than build on the existing characters that's on there now.
Yeah, like with Kulev, yeah, I just feel like even though he's my favorite character, he can pretty much go up against the only character Kulev cannot beat are the tanks. Every other character in the game, I can have a one-on-one with and beat with
Is
ease.
Kulev the guy with the sword? Because I think I was
Kulev
using...
is the snake dude.
Yeah, he's the snake
Okay, he's
guy.
a snake.
And
I
the
use the sword guy who can flip around when I played it. I'm
See,
not sure
but the reason that like even swords, you know, they can't take on tanks, and the reason
No.
that is because they don't have that health support that Kool-Aid can throw. He can throw that AOE health down and be getting that little bit of damage. And if a tank wants to hit you, he gonna get in that bubble with you. So he's taking
Pretty
damage
much.
and he's
Oh,
taking
absolutely.
your main attack. And
So do you
plus,
think
Kool-Aid,
the multiplayer is balanced then?
I think it's
that's-
balanced, but there are
Mhm.
certain things that don't make sense to me. Like for
Yeah.
instance, like the tanks seem to do more damage than the actual DPSs. I don't get
Oh,
that.
so it's not just me that was thinking that either. That's what kind of got me kind of peeved about it.
And I was saying, like, you know, how Mortal Kombat and like in Street Fighter, like they have different I forgot exactly the name of them in each game, but they have different styles that you choose, and that changes the move for each character. I feel like Bleeding Edge kind of needs that, where, you know, you the only thing you can kind of change are the mods and the special move, because each character has 2 special moves. But like even their basic moves, I think needs more variety, where you get to choose what their basic move is. But like I said, I don't know if that's all going to be
I don't
supported.
think that's something that they're gonna do. Like generally, even when you do competitive anything, like that's your goal is to have people play the same character different ways.
Yeah.
But in a competitive scene, if it does hit competitive scene, people are gonna play the exact same way because that's the most consistent way to play that character. So you're not gonna have really that consistency anyway.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, like I guess it does. It's weird to me when, like I said, with people not keeping the same energy. Like when we look at the Order 1886, right?
Love that game.
Which I really like the game, but are we really? Can I really sit here and say that the Order 1886 ain't mid? But what do I always say about the Order 1886? This game has the easy potential to be. I think this game could be an easy high, like one of the best games. Like,
yeah,
facts.
with multiplayer, a longer story, not like what I think I beat it in like 3 hours to get the plat. Way too short of a story for $60.
Yeah, there was a lot of things. There was a lot of easy things wrong with the Order 1886, right? But we all can agree that's mid. But my problem is like the same people calling Bleeding Edge trash, they'll come to you and be like, oh no, like the Order 1886 is a good game, but it has potential. So that game could have potential, but you can't see the potential in Bleeding Edge. Like that's just weird to me, man. Like, yo, like what you like, you don't gotta think it's good, but you can't say like, I just look at both of these games as very mid. If you think one has potential, you gotta think this one can have potential.
No, Order's better than Bleeding Edge. Like if I don't like a game, I'm just gonna say I don't like the game. Like you, BG, you don't like Doom. You just say you don't like the game. It's that simple. Like some people just want to say, oh, there's other reasons I don't like it.
And I see people, instead of, you know, just saying the game's not for them, they don't like it, they're like, oh, it's too casual because you have a lock-on system. And it's like, okay, how about you get your casual ass in here and play with people and see how well that works out for you? Because it's not very casualized game.
It's too casual. These are the same niggas that play on easy or normal. They can't talk to me.
I have a thing where if the game's not on the highest difficulty, I just can't play it because I feel like if I'm playing Dark Souls or something, I feel like I'm in a meditative calm state when I'm playing these harder difficulty games, because I feel like it's bringing me back to the 90s when I was playing games that were difficult, like normal gameplay.
It's weird, like, oh, the game is too casual, but you play all your single player games on easy. Like, what do you mean, sir?
I
like,
agree to a certain point about difficulty settings. I I can't be bothered with difficulty settings where if you die once, you start the whole game over.
Yeah, that's different. Like I'm talking like, oh, this is actually a difficulty up. But if you play on the easiest difficulty, it's like, bro, you're killing everything with one shot. That's like
But,
cheating
like-
almost.
Like I tend to either play on the hardest difficulty or the second hardest difficulty.
Yeah, second hardest.
The only difficulty I don't do is typically limited saves. I will do it for a game I love, but like
So is that why you're ducking Dead Space
I'm
2
not
with the
ducking
limited
that.
saves?
I'm not ducking that. I had to beat it on PC on Zealot because I never beat the game before on PC.
Oh no, what I meant is, are you gonna try playing it with limited saves, or totally not gonna?
I'll do
take
it.
that?
I'll do it. Maybe
It's-
another time. I don't feel like
Yeah.
beating that game all over again when I just beat it, like
Yeah,
for the third
But
time.
It's
I'll
not
go
as
back and
bad
do
as
it.
you think, because it makes you, because you're used to conserving ammo, like which I've never used to doing, and it's like you can only save the game like maybe 6 times when I played Dead Space 2, back on the 360.
I
On
think it was 3. I think you could only
hardcore.
save 3 times for it.
Or is that Dead Space 3? I think Dead Space 3 had the same difficulty where I think you get limited saves.
I don't remember anything about Dead Space 3. I think we
I
all
would
try
have to look.
forget it.
I would have to look at my old videos to see where it was, but yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
About the end of the day, it's just people let this console war shit literally control their life. Like their entire existence revolves around what they can say on Twitter.
It's bragging rights.
How does that feel, Smooth?
Smooth
What do you
duck.
mean? What do you mean?
Just play Ori on easy, Smooth, and then it'll be more fun for you, I think.
I've been trying to get Kid to play that for like the past week.
Yeah,
Dude, he needs to finish Resident Evil 2 before 3 comes out. I'm just saying,
I know, that's crazy.
it's you gotta. It's
Hey,
and you just
I'm-
play RE2 on the easiest difficulty. You'll beat it in probably like 3 hours. You'll be good. Or Smooth, maybe 5 hours.
Kid's
Nah, he'll
Smooth's
probably
biggest
get-
issue is he gets
He'll
lost.
get lost
like,
in the police station.
on Bleeding Edge, I kid you not. I'm sitting here watching him play this stream, and he ain't even paying attention to the top right where the
I'll
mini-map is.
literally get in a party chat with Smooth and guide him and direct him where to go if I need to.
Oh God, he'll get clowned on more for that.
He
than
will get
anything else.
lost in the police station, guaranteed.
Yeah, that's where I'm still at in Resident Evil 2.
I might have to walk you through it.
No, don't help him. I beat that shit in middle school.
How you folks doing today?
What's up,
What's
Tick?
up, Tick? So, all right. So now the Tick is in here. I assume he's probably the only one. I got him in here because he's probably the only one.
Oh, before you go on, is it ironic that Hard 8 said lost in the police station to Smooth?
Yeah.
I'm just messing Hard 8.
All right. So yeah, we just brought Tick in here to talk about Half-Life Alyx.
Oh yeah.
Because
How is that?
he's probably the only one that even played it.
I can't afford a HTC Vive. Oh, I can't afford it, but I still want one.
That must be the most expensive game people going out to play.
Mhm.
Alex?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're not gold chain gaming anymore unless you have Alex.
Is
I
it
mean, the game
Alyx or
itself is
Alex?
cheap though. It's Alex. It's Alex.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Alyx.
Half-Life
Okay.
Alex. It's a
And the-
prequel to.
It's a prequel to Half-Life 2.
Yep.
All right,
Yeah.
so give us the rundown. Tell us about the game and why idiots should, spend all that money just to play one game.
I mean,
All right,
isn't that the
so-
point of a console? You pay all this money for one game?
Right. So I bought the Index anyway. I was buying it before the game was announced. But you get it free if you own the Index. So I found out I got it for free. But the game is fun. Like I like it. If you're a Half-Life fan, Half-Life in VR is just a crazy experience. So like very immersive. The story's pretty good. I don't really care, pay that much attention to the story anyway, but the story's pretty good if you're into that kind of thing. It's Half-Life, so it's gonna have a really good narrative.
How are the
Um,
graphics?
The
It's
graphics are nice. Graphics are nice.
It's about time another company like you need more companies making successful VR games to get the overall quality of these games better in the first place. So, because only people that's really making really good VR games is PlayStation. That's the only ones I ever heard of. Is like Breakpoint. What's that game that's on PlayStation?
RE7.
Actually, Oculus.
RE7 in VR is really immersive. Like that's the only game I could really get into in VR. Everything else, I'm not really.
I can't. I get dizzy when I play VR. So
I
don't do that.
get bored wearing the headset. I like having something in my hand to feel.
There's actually a lot of good VR
yeah,
games. Like,
Farpoint. That's what it's called.
Farpoint,
Like-
yeah.
yeah, like Oculus. They got a lot of games that's exclusive to their site. But you can play them if you have like a Vive and stuff like that. You get Revive and you can play them.
I guess
But
the
Oculus has like a lot of good titles that's been on there
I
for a
guess-
while.
The only thing I was referring to is like those the ones that PlayStation makes, the ones that I hear about the most. So I guess
Yeah, they advertise it more, I think, right?
Yeah, they advertise them more, and it's a lot cheaper to get, so a lot more people have it. So That's typically why. But yeah, it's a pretty. The graphics are nice.
How long have you played it for, Tick?
I think probably about 4 hours now.
Okay.
So I put some time in it. I
watched Digital Foundry's video. They were like, "Oh, it's the most detailed VR game we've seen in a long time," and I was like, "That's pretty cool."
Yeah, like it's a lot of stuff like you can touch and interact with physics and all that. So compared to other games where you like, so let's say if it's a counter or a table and I'm trying to shoot at an enemy, I can literally rest my gun up there to control the recoil, and stuff like that. Like other games, you'll fall straight through the table.
I heard the gun. There's like a gun clip or something. Like Digital Foundry's like, look at the gun. It shows your exact ammo in the clip or something. Like it counts the clips you can reload your gun with. I heard that's a pretty cool detail.
Yeah, on the side of the pistol, it's like it tells you how much ammo you have. When it starts to deplete, it turns yellow, and then it turns red when you have like one bullet left or out.
It's kind of crazy how VR talk goes. Like it's literally like backtracking the amount of areas that we've improved in games in general. Like, you know, it used to be going from 2D to 3D. Now it's like, oh, the gun in VR tells you how many bullets you have. That's lit. Like I'm just like, oh my god.
I mean, it's nice though, man.
Well,
like,
now how I saw it is if you pull the clip out of the gun in Half-Life Alyx, it'll say, "Oh, you have 3 clips left." There's 3 bullets in the clip when you pull it out too.
I don't know if it did that.
That's Digital Foundry pointed that out. It's a pretty cool little
check.
detail.
Yeah, because I didn't notice that. But yeah, the game is crazy, man. Like it's scary. It's like a mixture of like horror and action at the same time. Because like you're in these zones where it's like there's certain parts where you're just in this complete dark, and like you're fighting the the head what do they call it? The head.
Oh, those parasites?
Yeah, the head parasites. I forget what they call them. But yeah, the head crabs. You're fighting the head crabs and everything. And you're fighting the zombies at the same time. So like you're sitting there shooting the zombies, you're like, yo, what the fuck is that noise? All of a sudden you look down to the right, it's one of those mutated head crabs jumping at you and hitting you. Yep. And that shit, you just freak out and start screaming. You got to try to move and run away from it. It's in VR. So it's crazy now. Like I'm having a lot of fun with it. Like out of all the like the VR games I've ever played, this one might be like the funnest I've ever played.
Tick, would you say it's comparable to like Dead Space with like the fear and stuff?
Nah, it's not as many jump scares. It's not, not as many jump scares. Nah, I'd probably throw my headset down and walk away if it was like Dead Space.
Yeah.
It ain't that many. It was a few, jump scare moments where like it's one part when you're on the subway. It's like right around the beginning of the game. And this is when you first run into like your first head crab zombie. And it's one inside the subway, and you got to pull like this little pole out to unlock the door to get in. And then you walk in, there's one zombie in front of you, and there's one on the outside in the subway station just chilling. And he walked up to the window, and I didn't know, and he like broke through the window next to me and shit, and I jumped and looked to my left because I didn't expect you to be there. So like it's a pretty good game, man. Like I like it. If you're not into VR, I don't know, toughen yourself up, take some motion sickness pills or something like.
Oh yeah, that's what it's about. Or does the hardware need to improve?
You need to get it. I mean, I play on the Index. The Index has like it can go up to 144 hertz refresh rate.
The G?
That's the standalone one, right?
Yeah. Well, no, it's like, I'm on this cable, this wired.
I think the bare minimum graphics you need is a 1066 gigabytes to run it, right? For the VR headset.
I need to get a better one though, because the 1080 Ti ain't doing it. I need a 2080 Ti or something better.
So you said it costs a G though, right?
Yeah, I paid. So since I already had,
it was like 800 for the entire bundle on Steam's page.
Jimmy, you got
that?
It
was 1,000. It was 1,000.
Not cheap.
Let's say that.
Is it worth it? Damn.
Jimmy, you got one?
Hold on, I got a question. Let's say
no.
So you ain't going chaining no more.
Let's say like
someone from like that.
Let's say someone from like console wants to play. Like, how much would a rig to run this and the headset cost?
You can literally get like at my job. We got a rig that'll run it no problem. It's like $900.
From what I've seen, if you need a 1060, you could probably get like a $400 or $500 PC. And if you're just looking to play it at like the minimum hertz, like lower the resolution on the monitor, from what Digital Foundry recommended, you could get a $500 PC build and just get the headset. So overall, it'll probably cost you like $1,300.
Oh,
1,300.
Okay, but I ain't paying no G for like some gaming goggles. That's pretty. That's pretty much what VR boils
I agree.
down
I
to,
don't really care for VR as much.
Oh my god!
I mean, that's the next wave, man. Like,
I just wish they would allow you to play it without the headset.
Look, more games like
I'm sure they will, but
more games like this Alyx thing comes out, the better VR in general will be. So
right, there's another game that's just as good. People don't talk about it because they don't got the Half-Life name, but Walking Dead.
Oh yeah, that look fire.
and what you call it?
Oh, The Walking
Saints
Dead.
and Sinners, right? Saints and
Yeah,
Sinners.
that game
that
was
look
pretty
fire.
nice too. Yeah,
How
that,
well
was
is
checking that out.
Alex
I was
selling
checking
on
that out.
PC right now?
So Half-Life Alyx, when I looked at it, it had 100,000 active users when it launched, which
Wow.
was about as good as Doom. So I'd say it sold well, but the active player base dropped significantly since then to like 6,000 active users.
Yeah, it is the top game. Jesus.
Yep, it's top seller.
If they made as many good VR games as we do get regular games, then I would probably get one. But like,
Well,
it's what is it? Once a year, a really good VR game comes out.
well, a lot of AAA developers are now starting to look into VR, and they're actually starting to make a lot of VR titles now.
Or just update their games to run in VR, which I've noticed too.
Yeah, and that too.
Bless said in the chat that you could use other VR headsets, so just let people know about that.
Yeah, you can.
Oh yeah, any headset will work.
You can use the Oculus Quest. It's like $400. You can use even those little Microsoft ones, and they're cheap. You can use one of those and play it.
Yo, not to change the subject, but the number 2 game on Steam, Tabletop Simulator. Do you know
Yeah,
how
I bought that.
Card games and a bunch
Do
of
you,
card
do you know how
games.
interesting this game can be? So there are no rules to the game. You can just make anything you want.
Yeah, you can play spades.
Yeah, you can play spades.
Any
you
like any card game or board
yeah,
game?
Yep.
you could literally make anything and have people in there. Basically, BG, it's just a virtual playground where you're just moving around cards, dominoes, drawing, things like that. You could literally play any game.
Yeah,
That's
Nomad.
crazy.
Yeah, Nomad. The index controllers does make the game a lot better. Like
Yeah,
like
that's what I
grabbing
have with
boxes and
VR. Is
looking in.
the controller needs to be good. Like I tried the Oculus, couldn't really get into it.
Sounds like PC dreams.
What?
Nah, it's actually pretty good.
Tabletop?
You sound like a hater, but anyway, yeah, it's
No,
pretty good. Though.
People can I mean, you go Chinese checkers, chess. I'm sure people have a billion games you could download.
Yeah, you could download like with Dreams. I mean, the game sold like crap, but you can. There was like a cool mod I saw that made the game look realistic, really good.
You
But
could
yeah, I
actually
don't-
get a legitimate game of Uno without these bullcrap rules that they have in these official Uno games.
Yeah, for sure.
But
I
yeah,
don't know. That Walking Dead is definitely a jump for VR though. I was really checking that out. That game looked real hot.
yeah, I'm gonna play that next. Yeah, I got that too. I'm gonna play that next. But yeah, I'm having fun. I'm gonna probably beat. I don't know how long this game is, but hopefully I can beat it the next few days. But
I heard it's about 8 hours long.
Oh yeah, I should be almost halfway there.
Almost there.
Yeah. But it's a good game. I enjoy it. I'm hoping VR continues to make these kind of moves. Because shit's fire. Shit is fire. And it's just nothing like playing a game in VR. Yeah, you gotta stand up, you gotta stop being lazy, and stand up and play the game. You gotta duck, dodge, and stuff like that sometimes. But
Ain't nobody doing in
it's
their
just
house
way more
looking like a
mercy.
goddamn fool.
If someone lives in a small apartment, it might be hard.
I mean, shoot, I'm in the bedroom playing it, and I ain't got much room here, and I was still playing, and I ain't hit no TVs or nothing. So like, you literally
Do you have the
play
one
and
with the
stand
cameras in the corner where it watches your movement?
Yeah,
Oh, those. Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
because I already owned the Vive. Like I was one of the first early buyers of the Vive.
Yo,
It's like-
so which headset would you recommend for somebody that wanted to get one for PC?
If they want to spend, if you don't want to spend a lot of money, I would say get the Oculus Quest if you want wireless. If you don't want to spend too much money, but you want,
alone, right? You don't need nothing,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, okay.
yeah, you don't need nothing. If you want to spend a little bit of money and still have great, quality and graphics, then get the Oculus Rift S. If you want the best and you are willing to spend the money, then the Index.
And what's the difference in prices? I know the Quest is
Uh,
400.
The Rift S is $699. The Quest is $400. The Index, depending on what you need with it, can be up to $1,000. So if you need all the base stations and the headset and the controllers,
You can order the Steam Rift right off of Steam's webpage, so if you don't have to go searching for it.
Yeah,
right.
but ain't that base set stuff like played out? Like, ain't that like the old tech? Ain't they finding out how to do it without all that? Like putting all that in the headsets now, right?
No, they put cameras like they point down and in front and all that stuff and up, but it's not as solid as the base station. Like you can do
It's
room
not as
size
accurate,
games.
right?
Right, you can do room size game. Yeah, you can get the Windows. You're right, J Guy. You can get the Windows mixed reality headsets, but they kind of iffy on the tracking though. They've been kind of iffy. So, but they are cheaper. They're much cheaper. But yeah, the base stations they track a lot better.
All right, now let me ask you a question for people that want to know. Since we got you, what about the performance? Is it a difference in performance depending on the prices, or all the same frame rates?
No, they're typically all the same resolutions. except for the Quest is a little lower because it's it's wireless. But
Yeah.
the Rift S and the Index are I think the same. The only differences would be the Index can do up to 144 hertz, while the Oculus only can do at 90.
You
That's
didn't
a
see that
difference.
one video where they said Valve was being anti-consumer.
Oh, I saw those videos. People were saying that like this one lady, she made a video. I was watching Griffin Gaming's channel. He roasted her because she was saying that Half-Life Alyx is anti-consumer and Valve is more anti-consumer than all the console companies combined. I was like, huh? But you can use any VR headset, which she didn't realize you could.
Right. That
Hilarious.
Griffin dude, he got kicked off Twitter and just continued to be a retard right after. Like
he used to be in Next Gen's camp, remember?
that dude's a retard. He was a retard before he got kicked off. He just continued. Let me just continue being a retard. Like
It reminds me of like a
What is this game we're watching?
that's Bleeding
Bleeding
Edge,
Edge.
sir.
Oh,
That's
my
So
Bleeding
you've been
Edge, yeah.
shitting on the game and you don't know what it looked like?
That just looks like trash.
Oh,
It is
come
trash
on.
though. He's right.
Nah, you ain't know what that game looked like. You was shitting on
You
it.
know he's gonna start reviewing YouTube videos.
No, that's not Dream 308. But last time we were watching this, somebody was like riding around like in a doom buggy or some shit.
Oh, was that Warframe?
No, that was
What the-
Bleeding Edge. Now somebody's walking around as Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
That's one of the top tier characters in the game, sir. Put some respect on Kool-Aid name.
God.
Yo, I
Right.
thought
Go that far.
I thought Griffin Gaming was leafy at one point, dog. When I like it went to his video one time when I was
He
getting
keeps
dressed in
saying
the
that in his
festival.
videos. Like he's like, everyone calls me Leafy, and I'm like, well, you're acting
It-
like him.
Yeah, it is very similar to Leafy when I watch his videos. So yeah.
Mm.
I think he's trying to replace Rags because Rags went MIA on
Yeah,
YouTube.
what happened to Rags?
We don't
he-
care.
basically his new thing is he uploads like one video every few months. That's his thing now.
We don't care. Hopefully he got
But
that.
yeah.
No, matter of fact, no, I ain't gonna say that. I'm gonna be nice today.
Oh no. Old BG
VR is
coming
the
out?
way, yo.
No, it's not.
What other platform can you fight a monster like one of the head crabs and it jumps at you? You pick up a chair and block it and throw it through the window with the same chair. Come on now, you can't do that on a regular.
That's supposed to
Look,
impress me.
I'll give you that VR has been around a lot longer than I initially thought it would be. I don't think
Yep.
it's going anywhere, but it's still not for me. So
I mean, as BG said, it's still niche because like how many people have VR on PlayStation? Like what, 5 million or something? Out
I
of
mean, it's
100
niche
million?
because nobody wants to give it a try.
For good reason.
What's that?
The price. Well, no, I can't even say the entry price because no, even with the cheapest ones, it's like you're not getting that good.
$600 console. Okay, go on.
Okay,
People
but
listed
you
$100
use that,
dollars.
but every game that comes out
$250
is coming out
headsets.
for that console. Okay, every game that comes out is coming out for that console. Go ahead. What else?
Yeah, and they come out for the VR. You get VR games. like
Okay,
crazy.
how many
There's a lot of
VR
them,
games
actually.
do you get a year?
I bought maybe like 3 or 4 of them actually.
That's for a
And-
year for a device that's $1,000.
How many games? How many games did I buy for my PlayStation 4, bro? I only bought like 1 or 2 a year because that's only that come out.
that's because you
Hey,
don't
that's
play
you.
multiplats on it.
Yeah, you don't play multiplayer.
Yeah, I would never play it. I play it on my PC.
I mean, I play all my multi-platform PC also, but like there's way
Exactly.
more.
So
There's
I
way
mean,
more.
I
argument
play them on
doesn't make-
PlayStation for the
There's
trophies,
way
that's
more
about
and
it.
better exclusives for these consoles than there are VR games.
Yeah, and they're starting to come out now. So now that's changing. So we see Alyx is at a 9.3 on Metacritic.
That's a cool story.
Yeah, and there's more games that are coming out there. So, yeah. So what you're saying is making no sense.
No, it makes perfect sense. It's still not an absolute thing where like, okay, it's still like a rare thing. Like, listen, when a good VR game comes out, people are shocked, are they not?
Again, who asked that question on the last podcast? Like, what good games on PlayStation came out in 2019?
None.
Exactly.
But there's been other years that they've had.
How many
other
good games came out for the Xbox?
I don't have an Xbox.
Gears
I can't
5,
answer.
Ori.
Gears 5 and Ori. That's it. When the Gears 5 release.
Yeah, it's about last year or when's that? Was it last year? Yeah, last year.
So
Ori
one
came out
game,
this year.
and Ori came out this year.
Yep, that's
Before
about the
then-
only 2 I could give you.
Exactly.
This movie
So
got
I'm
any more?
saying-
I can't think of any.
See
I
what
don't know.
I'm
I
saying?
play every game on Xbox. You know.
Yeah, that's because you retarded.
X-
but
Xbox
that's what I'm
is-
saying.
He
Xbox
says I'm retarded. I'm retarded. Oh, all right. Okay. You see, you lucky. I like busted all my load on Twitter.
I was seeing that.
I'm about like because But I'm not. I don't really got the energy to
It's
give
about
Chick the
saying some
smoke.
crazy shit.
No, I don't
Which
got the
parts?
energy.
Move the part with the Animal Crossing guys or the other guys?
Hey, that was
Like,
funny.
Animal
what do
Crossing
you
stuff
do?
is
Do you
crazy.
like? Do you
Dude,
like?
I was
scream at
arguing with
your-
him too.
What do you do? Do you like scream at your phone to like replicate what you would do if you was in a podcast with these people on Twitter? Like, how did you excel so much energy when you were talking to people in text form?
Nah, I'm just. I don't know. It's just like
Yeah,
rapid
Smooth went
fire.
ham on Twitter, yo.
Well, he was
that
speaking
was
facts
hilarious.
about those Animal Crossing weirdos.
I mean,
Bro.
they are weirdos, but
Yeah, they got heated.
Dude,
about
I've seen those. Like
that
they've
tweet,
been.
though.
I've been putting pictures. They've been posting some weird pictures on those things. And like, if you go to the user reviews, they're getting negative user reviews because they. Well, not say why, but you can look at it yourself.
Well, anyway, what's another reason, BG? What's another reason?
like I
That
said,
no one-
it's
no
the
one
rare
VR.
games. Like I said, when Astrobot came out and that shit was getting high scores, people were shocked. Why? Because it's a VR game. Okay, we don't expect most VR games to be good. The expectation is that they're going to be
See?
trash or they're going to feel like tech demos.
See, you're looking for them to be trash, and you don't try them, and they're actually pretty good.
No,
Why didn't you
we
try these
expect
games?
it to be trash because that's what we've gotten. You can't tell me most VR games are even good.
There's a lot that are actually really good.
Most of
You
them
got
are not good.
Pavlov.
I
You
don't.
got
I wouldn't say it's
Pavlov.
a lot. I would say it's some small.
You got a lot. You got a good amount. You got first of all, you got
How many? 50%.
Yeah, but I'll say about 50. Yeah, at the time.
That's
At the
generous.
time.
That's generous.
But yeah, you got Pavlov. you
Does
got
anybody
VR
here own a
chat.
PlayStation VR? Does Jack own a
I
PlayStation
got one.
VR?
I got one. I know I got one.
Oh yeah, Boneworks. Thank you, Jay. Got Boneworks is another
Will
one.
they be able to put Alex on PlayStation VR?
Oh
Yo.
shit!
You got Five Nights at Freddy's
I got
VR, which I ain't
PS4.
playing because I'm a bitch. But you got that.
Hold on,
A whole
nobody
bunch of
answered that
stuff.
question though. Is it possible to put Alex on PlayStation VR?
No,
Absolutely not.
They might bring. I mean, Valve has brought their games to PlayStation before, so they might bring it over.
No, I'm saying, is it possible? Not will they?
No.
Like, can it
is
run on it?
Technologically possible.
No.
Oh yeah. With the from what I've seen from the tech video, it can definitely run on a PlayStation 4. Not at
BG.
quality settings, but it'll run.
And here's the thing,
Bless
like
Red made a point. RE7. Another good one. Good job, Bless Red.
That's like a 3-year-old game.
It don't matter. It's
and
VR.
and it's just why
And
would
it
I
was
play
great.
that game in VR when I could just play the regular version of it?
That's
Yeah,
boring.
exactly.
Why would you want to play a
Yeah,
I
boring?
didn't find it boring at all.
Yo, that joint had me sweating though.
Exactly.
It had me
exactly.
sleeping.
It's called immersion.
Hey,
like
well, y'all
It put
pussy,
me to
well, y'all
sleep.
also pussy though, so you know.
It was making me sick.
Oh, that see, it
Motion
wasn't sweating in a
sickness.
good way. You were nauseous.
Yeah,
I don't-
after a while, I just kept getting these sweats and chills. I was like, yo,
That,
I gotta
that
take
happened to
this
me at
shit off.
E3 when
Oh,
I
see,
played
I don't
that
get
Rigs
sick.
game. I almost died at E3 a few years ago playing Rigs. I'm not even lying. I almost died. Like
Yeah,
that's real
I don't
shit.
get sick in it. Like I used to play like this racing game called what was that game called? It's some type of racing game in a futuristic like world, and you do loop the loops and fly off of cliffs and everything. And I ain't get sick at all.
Look, for me to really enjoy VR, I would probably have to get the most expensive
Can
one,
y'all get on
which,
roller coasters?
which I'm not. Yeah, I can.
Oh,
I don't get sick
Tick,
on
quick
roller
question:
coasters.
does Alex have achievements?
Yeah, I think I did get some achievements.
I might have to hit that up now.
Yo, somebody was telling me the motion sickness that we've been getting is because of the
Yeah, it hurts
the
the refresh rate.
The
Yeah,
frame
that's
rate's
what I
too
mean.
low.
It's-
Yeah.
And PlayStation VR has very low frame rates.
Right.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's
so
what
Yeah,
it is.
I think the recommended is like 144 hertz in order
Right.
to get the best immersion.
Which the index does that.
Yeah, it can do that.
Mhm. Okay, let's stop
Well,
talking
like I
about.
said, can.
We can stop talking about irrelevant VR now. We can
VR's the
move on.
truth. It's the future. Just let you know.
All right, if you say so, Chief.
Yeah, it's gonna be like what's my favorite movie right now?
BJ,
Ready Player One.
Yep.
Wait for that.
Trump just said that we got to stay in the house till April 30th.
Oh God, he better send out another check. I'm gonna need it.
Oh, that's your daddy. You better listen to him.
Well, if your asses will stay the fuck inside.
I'm
Going to
interested.
Florida
outside.
and infecting everybody. I'm just saying.
Shit, New York doesn't know how to stay the hell inside.
Oh yeah, blame everything on New York. Yeah,
It's
shut
already
up,
hit-
Vaughn.
Who has the most
No, they've
cases?
been blaming us
Shut
for
up,
like a
Vaughn.
while.
It's already
Y'all
hit
got
upstate.
more
We
than
It's
have
already
half
hit
the
no,
upstate.
we have the
cases.
most cases because we're an extremely dense city. Look at
How come
Florida. These
California doesn't
motherfuckers
have-
are having literal
Hold
corona
on,
hold on.
parties.
How come
Upstate New York's already been hit by the virus too, man.
How come LA and Chicago don't have it like you guys have it?
Nah, they say California's getting there.
Getting there, but not there. Y'all account for more than half the cases.
I'll have to look up. have to look up the
Dingy,
dense. I'll have to look up the
bodega
density
eating.
per capita for each one of these states to see if New York is more dense. But I'll
Bodega
check.
eating.
They're gonna be calling that the New York virus in a week, dog. They
I think it's the 3 states are New York, Ohio, and California.
Florida literally having corona parties. Come on, man. Like
while I'm out on the beach.
Well, I
Most
think
of-
we'll
most-
recover from this in 3 months because China's already. It's been 3 months and China's having people go back to work.
Nah, they dragged
In
somebody out
Wuhan.
the hospital who said they had corona. They dragged them out the hospital. They ain't trying to allow people to come in that sick with it.
Yeah, they might as well rename New York to Raccoon.
Raccoon City.
Raccoon City.
Exactly. Yeah, rename it to
China-
Raccoon City.
China-
That's what it
Bond want to
was.
be from New York
Gonna
so
get
bad.
missile struck.
China-
Bond want to be from New York so bad, bro.
It's
Yeah.
crazy on New York.
You know what? BG's right. I want to go to New York so bad. I live in New York and root for Philly teams. Oh wait.
Yeah.
That's not what he said. He said you want to be
China-
from New York so bad.
No, he's
I
trying to
don't,
talk
but I'm
about me.
saying BG's from New York, but he roots for the Philly teams.
I root for one Philly team. One.
Oh God.
I live in upstate New York, and it is kind of hitting us up here now. So
Hey.
we're already getting quarantined because everyone from
Alright,
downstate is coming up
Stay
here.
inside.
Yeah, they running from the city, dog. I ain't gonna.
Oh yeah, they're coming up here and infecting us up here, and I'm like, what the hell? Stay
Man,
down
at
in.
least y'all get to stay home, bro.
Even though y'all blaming the state where nobody really is from New York, like most people that's doing that ain't even from here anyway.
The thing about China is they can literally tell their whole population, you ain't coming out your house for 3
Oh
months.
man, look at Blaze. Blaze mad because they lost Brady and they about to be trash for the next
Yeah,
5 years.
Brady got
He
signed off.
mad. Oh
Wait,
man.
in the what's his name? From Carolina, ain't he going to the Eagles?
Carolina, who? Who from Carolina? No.
The quarterback.
No, you mean from the Lions? From
Cam Newton?
Cam Newton, yeah, ain't he going to the Eagles?
no.
Oh, why?
Oh, I thought somebody said something about him going to the
Okay.
Eagles. I was like,
no,
oh, word.
No, we got a cornerback from the Lions. That's it.
Uh,
So yeah,
are
let's
we even
move
going to be
on.
able to see football this year?
Maybe not.
Didn't they cancel the seasons?
No, not
Oh,
not
what-
NFL
what
yet.
is that?
NFL's waiting out.
What's going on with GameStop? They want their employees to wrap their hands
Yo,
in
they-
Hands in
they-
bags
they-
and hand those out.
wildin'.
Are they about to go out of
The
business?
thing with GameStop in New York is they don't have any bags because we're all paper now.
Well, what it is GameStop don't want to, they probably can't find no gloves, and what they're doing is they're having the employees with the bag that they actually put the game in. They're putting it in that, and they're putting the card on the other side. So they pretty much just take the bag that they would be taking home anyway. But it's
Why-
just like
why
if you have to go through this much measure, just close.
Why
Like-
don't they just either A, use drop boxes, or B, just do everything online?
The fact that they're trying to say they're essential was crazy to me, though.
Well, to
They
be
had their
honest
state
with you, I
license
used-
taken away from them.
To be honest with you, I used to be on that way, but they trying to say liquor stores is essential too. So
Yep.
Which is also crazy.
yeah, if
Yeah,
liquor
it's
stores
essential
can
to
stay
kill you.
open, I have no problem with GameStop saying they can stay
Another
open.
thing dirty ass New York led with
Here we
keeping
go.
liquor
You
stores
want to
Oh,
be here
boy.
so bad, dog. Just Bond. Just tell us.
Yeah,
Just tell us
bro.
what
God,
happened.
stop
Where New York touch you,
slandering
bro?
New York.
Where they touch you when you came here?
Why would I? That's what women say when they get hurt,
No, where
ran
did they
through,
touch
but
you?
okay.
Where did they touch you,
Uh-oh.
Bond?
That's what women say when they get ran train.
go make a
Nah, nah, nah.
sandwich?
Yeah,
Bond
no,
be
you
saying that
you
is-
sounded like you came here and somebody ran the train on you, literally.
I'd rather be with the place where I actually can use the car, BG.
Oh, okay. That's
I
cool.
mean, I live in upstate, so I can use the car. Thanks.
There you go.
There you go. Got a nice outback wilderness. Is great.
I hear that. I'm a suburban savage, not
Suburban
the dirty
gamer.
ass New York, Brooklyn train.
Oh, here we go. Here we
Bro.
go. Here we go.
He sounds so bitter and hurt, bro. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened when you came here, but it's gonna be all right, dog. I promise you.
It must have been that Super Bowl we won a couple years
Yo,
ago.
y'all seen that meme? Y'all seen that meme where that dude or that girl was walking and she's like, "I'm in the ghetto." That sound like Bond to me. Bond would do that if he
Bond,
came
we Bond, we gonna find them, dog.
Do
We gonna
you
find them.
think-
when
no,
they
hold
hurt you.
on. I see people in the chat saying liquor stores sell food. They sell bags of Cheetos, so that means they sell food.
They sell bags of Cheetos.
concept.
Yo, that
They
was
sell-
the reason that they called them essential because they sell.
They
other
sell
stuff.
food,
They did say
yeah.
that. They
They
did
sell,
say that.
they
They
sell
did say
bags
that.
of
They
Cheetos
did say
and
that.
condoms by the
I
sink.
didn't understand how they got
They sell-
away with that, but they did say that.
Dude,
Like,
I could
condoms
see
by the
Bond
sink.
pulling up in New York City wearing what Slickback wears from the boonies.
Yeah. Last time I
My
went to
job
New
is
York,
social though.
Back.
last time I went to New York, I'll go to
Yo,
Manhattan.
Weapon Will memes. You got to do that meme with Bond face on it.
With Slickback. That's funny.
I'm in the ghetto.
A pimp
You gotta
named
do that
Slickback?
In the
meme.
ghetto, yeah.
Do that ghetto.
Anyway.
pimp
named Slickback.
Peeps
ain't with me now.
Whatever happened? Why is he shooting a? This game looks weird as hell.
Enough talking about Bond's hurt. Let's move on.
I should probably get on camera and start crying again.
So
right.
there's a Resident Evil 3. I mean, we don't gotta talk about this, but there's a Resident Evil 3 first person shooter mod for the demo.
Already.
Yeah, they
Wow.
already got
Is-
mods for the demo. If
Have you
anybody,
tried the? I tried the. What was it? This one almost crashed my computer. I tried the demo where I had 10 nemesis come at me. They were replaced by the zombies. Have you guys
Yeah.
tried that one?
Yeah, I've seen that.
I didn't
That was-
try it.
I
Oh
don't know.
my
There's
God.
something about, he didn't seem that bad in that demo, man.
I've seen old school Nemesis skins
I
too.
want to see how the final game gonna be.
They better make him more dangerous.
I know VR
The
mod-
build they sent out was like from from a few months ago, so that's the demo build they had. So hopefully after the few months that they release the final game, it'll have a better nemesis that doesn't, fling through walls.
I doubt it will change.
I
I
mean,
don't think it'll change either.
I mean, really, you can throw one grenade at him and he's down.
Yeah.
I did that, yeah. He throw one grenade, he'll stun him, but
The,
it
But
works.
he'll lay down.
the first person mod is janky, but it's cool. And then there's a free camera. You could literally just fly all around the map and go through the walls and everything for the free camera and everything. There's also a nude mod they mentioned for Jill.
There's always a new mod.
No, I'm saying they just added that though for the
Very
demo.
Best.
For all,
I
the,
mean, especially in a quarantine. You got
all the
nothing else to do.
for all the freaks out there. What's we got? Konami confirmed that those Silent Hill, PS5, Sony, rumors were false. They're not selling Sony any IPs so that Kojima could work on them and all that. None of that's true. That's not happening.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Kojima burned Konami. That's probably why they won't give it to him.
Yeah, and that man is a crazy narcissistic
He's got
psychopath.
some ideas, I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
dude-
I'm so happy that Trash Stranding didn't do well.
Yeah, I saw that too.
How
Oh, thank God.
it didn't even make it into the top 20, did it?
Thank God.
I
Nope.
can't wait.
Look, it just
Uh,
goes to show that your game can't succeed on dick riders alone.
Nope. Or cultists.
Maybe go back to actually making a video game and not a carry a baby over the mountain simulator.
What
that
I
might
don't
work.
get is people like Death Stranding, but hate Doom or hate both. And I'm like, okay, so it needs to have more gameplay, which Doom has, and then Death Stranding is basically a cinematic movie. And then people are like, well, I prefer my games to be more interactive and movie based. I'm like, give me Doom all day, man. I like gameplay over movie based games.
Yeah, this is why I'm the
Speaking-
most consistent. I hate both of them shits.
That's what I was
Speaking of
saying.
which, this idiot got into an argument on Twitter, and you know I do not like defending the Trash of Us. But he started talking about how the Trash of Us has no gameplay and it's just a movie, unlike Xenoblade Chronicles remake that's coming out or remastered that's coming out. I'm like, wait a second.
That
You're
is a
tell-
movie. Xenoblade has like a
telling-
shit ton of cutscenes.
I'm like, you're telling me a JRPG where you click giant circles for gameplay has gameplay, but the
Yeah.
Trash of Us, which has melee, aiming, dodging, stealth, close quarters, maneuvering, sniping, that's not gameplay?
Those are the type of people I actually hate the most. The people that make you defend a game you don't even like. Like when you put me in a position to defend a game I don't even like, you are clearly an idiot.
Look,
I
I
hate
think
that
we
shit.
can all agree that Japanese aren't like clicking menus isn't skillful gameplay. The lore of a Japanese RPG is the characters and the story. Nobody ever played Final Fantasy VII and said, "Oh my god, this game has the best gameplay."
That's where I thought
No, you're-
Xenoblade X was complete trash because the story made absolutely no sense. At least Xenoblade 2 had a story this time.
Xenoblade X was completely trash. Had no story.
I don't know how
That's why I
people
didn't
like
it.
that.
But you understand what I'm saying? Like nobody remembers Final Fantasy VII for let me click on a button and it's no, you remember it for the story and the characters and the events
In
of
the
the game.
development.
Yep. Definitely couldn't have been the gameplay. I mean,
Nobody like I've never heard of anybody say that. Oh, I love the gameplay in a Japanese turn-based RPG.
yeah, it's
All
menu
right.
shuffling. As much as I love Final Fantasy VII, the original, it's menu shuffling. I mean, what they do from the menu shuffling is cool, but it's menu shuffling, dog. That's
Yeah.
all it is.
But that's gameplay. But Uncharted is just the Trash of Us is just a movie. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah. I need someone to donate for BG to play Doom Eternal. I think he's going to like it because they've added so much to this game. It's way different than 2016.
Which is, I actually wouldn't mind. I'm not going to go out my way
Just
to
give
play
it a shot.
myself.
Like, if someone
but
donates to a BG, just
Nobody
give it a try.
donate to him until he finishes the other current streams. he has to
I'm
play.
just glad people are finally admitting. What I like is Doom Eternal finally proved to people that Doom, the original Doom, was mid, which is what I've been saying the whole time.
Yep.
It exposed that dude
No,
was mid.
it was a good game that they made better. That's all
Yeah,
I'm gonna say.
exactly. It was a
And
great
how is it
game.
mid?
Made even better. And yeah,
So
why
you
does it seem like this dude is fighting 1-on-4? Where is this man's teammates?
I mean, sometimes I ask that question a lot when I'm playing. Where are my teammates? I ask that
Like-
question all the time.
That's what I was saying.
This dude is literally getting beat down by 4 people.
I ask
Where
that
are
question
his
all the time, man.
teammates?
I ask that question all the time. Where
Where
are
was
my
you-
teammates?
Where was you, Kid Smooth?
Yeah,
What are you
'cause-
talking about?
Kid Smooth was lost on the map, probably.
Because
'cause he-
He seems to have a tendency to get lost.
Whose
I put
gameplay
up
is this?
above
that's
average
mine.
at
I mean,
the game.
because I'm a support character, so I often like wait for my. Most of the time, I wait for my teammates to get there, right?
That makes it even worse. Why are the people not defending support characters?
And that's my thing. Like, I can understand because I don't. The only time I jump into
Are you playing with
danger,
randoms?
the only time I jump into danger is when if it's I have to get to the objective, and I'm like I expect my teammates to be there, but they're not, and I'm like, well, I guess I gotta die because my teammates aren't playing the objective.
Yeah, they might as well upload this to Pornhub. Jesus.
Like, what is this game? Is this a MOBA or what is it? Like, what is
4v4
it?
brawler. I mean, objective brawler.
Okay.
Yeah, and pretty people describe it as a MOBA.
Well, yeah, why don't you try playing it and find out?
Nah, man, I don't do Game Pass.
I already played
Oh,
it. It
man.
was trash.
Oh man, yeah.
I do want to play it, but I ain't doing no Game Pass. I'll buy one. You say.
They need to make it free to play. Then I might play it a little longer.
It's $30.
I bought it, played it, didn't like it.
So you
Okay,
want them
did
to
you
make
refund
it?
it?
free?
I left my review up. You can read it. It's a nice little.
Kids
long
move. I ain't an
document.
Xbox hater, bro. I'm letting you know that.
And I love
like-
Xbox games. I like Gears,
anything
Ori,
that's-
but this is a trash game they came out with.
I ain't one of these, these
Just-
gamers out here just hating Xbox.
You're not. You're not one of those. What were we just talking about? We finished. It was the Konami rumors, and that's it. Yeah, that was it. Sony is that's everybody. Everybody's slowing down, limiting bandwidth and slowing down, and Sony's
Is
slowing
that the
down
download
PSN.
speeds with PS4 where it's downloading super slow?
It was already slow to begin with. Sony is slowing, PSN, and Nintendo is limiting their shit too. I think everybody's limiting.
Steam's the only thing that's been working for me. I've been trying my Switch. Like I couldn't even get to a match in any multiplayer game I'm playing on my Switch. It's been running like crap. And my downloads on my PS4 have been really slow.
Even YouTube streams have been absolute trash. I thought
Yep.
the quality is horrendous. Like YouTube doesn't have the best streaming quality to begin with, but now it's like real fuzzy and pixelated, and yeah, it's terrible.
My stream, like when I'm watching YouTube, it'll go down to like 144p, and I'm like, what is this?
Wow.
It's ugly. It is what it is, man.
Yo, Jack, Moo, you alive?
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's up?
Jack, you
Okay,
having
you
these
said you was
connection
alive.
problems on PSN?
Are
you good?
Not really.
I think Jack don't give a damn about none of these topics is what it is. You good, bro?
I'm good. What's going on?
Well,
We've
Jack,
been
you want
talking-
to?
you don't care about none of these topics, I'm guessing?
Not at all.
Yeah, I figured. That's what it is. That's the only reason Jack when he
Yeah,
don't
there's
care
no
about none of the
topics that he
topics.
wants to talk about.
We need a PlayStation game to release or Shantae.
Well, we were talking about PlayStation VR. Is that on an interesting
He
topic?
don't give a fuck about no VR.
I'll attempt PlayStation VR when it comes without cords.
Same way I feel.
Absolutely. Hopefully that.
Yeah.
But hold up.
That's the
We
thing.
might
I
be
know
able-
Jack don't care about none of these topics, though. I get it.
But we might
Dude.
be far away from that because remember, we're just now getting to the point where we're fine with using wireless mice and keyboards,
Mhm.
controllers, and everything.
They're not as
So-
responsive in fighting games, though. Bond, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, correct, but we're getting there now. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Wireless VR headsets, one, they lose their quality. The resolution has to be
Exactly.
lower.
So
and,
we have not. We're now just getting to these standard things, and now you're saying you want to wait for wireless VR. You'll be waiting a long ass time.
Yeah.
We cool with that? PC gamers.
I'd say
wait
at
for-
least another
wait for good
4 or 5
games,
years
so-
we'll get there.
PC gamers
Y'all
wait for
don't
good
think-
games. We can wait for some
Wait,
VR.
Y'all
I
think
mean-
the next PlayStation headset is going to try to
Yo,
do that?
we don't even have wireless HDMI yet.
I mean, it
That's
took
what
them 3 years to
I'm
release the
on.
headset for the PlayStation 4, so maybe they'll release the refined version 3 years when PS5 comes out. Because Sony will probably want to get the install base up before releasing the VR headset.
define good game on that. 'Cause you've been saying that for a while. I haven't been on the show, but I've been
Hold on,
attached you on that.
let's rewind
Define good game.
real quick to that wireless VR. We don't even have wireless display connections between our computer towers, our game systems, and our displays.
Yeah, I don't even know if I'll trust that when it first come out.
Well,
That's
Bond,
what
they
I
have
have.
wireless.
They're
like-
just not
I
that
You
feel
good.
rent a
like-
wireless TV? They have those.
I feel like the reason that they do that though is because that's not really essential because there's a lot of scenarios where people can make that work. but people want this on headsets or they're not buying it.
I understand, but you understand what I'm saying. Like,
Oh, I get it.
we
Like,
can't even do this.
we're
If we're not
fall
even
back
doing
on
displays
technology
yet,
there. So.
it's going to be a long time before we get a VR display.
That looks good. I mean, it's out. Like I said,
Exactly.
Oculus Quest is one.
I was gonna say, ain't the Quest one of them?
Yeah, the Oculus
but
Quest
it's
is
not,
wireless.
it's limited because of that.
And then like
yeah,
Just like how controllers and wireless mouses and keyboards etc. used to be limited because of the wireless technology.
Well, it doesn't really matter if one person does it. The whole industry has to jump on it for stuff to be really took to the mainstream.
Well, somebody's got to make it work and make it where it's good and affordable. That's the thing.
And before the Oculus Quest, there was an add-on for the Vive that will make it
So,
wireless.
Bon, you're basically saying, how can we get this to the casuals where it's wireless and they will want to go out and buy it in bulk, basically, where
Correct.
it's so.
Well, we're not even doing that with our regular displays of our regular TVs.
Well, there's wireless TVs, but they're expensive.
Exactly.
That's the problem, is the price.
And
Same with
that's
AK
what I'm saying.
TVs, they're too expensive.
So if people are saying they're not going to jump on VR while these out there wireless,
Is that Jimmy's
it's going to
phone?
be a wait.
Yeah, that's me. Let me turn it off. Let me turn it off.
Yeah.
She always do that.
Yeah.
Speed Zelda yet, Jimmy?
50. Wow, that was a beat.
Nah, that's not Zelda fan.
I ain't gonna lie, I be an early adapter a lot of times to new technology, and I don't care. Like when 4K came out, like I bought my 4K TV. It wasn't early. It was like 3 years after the fact, but they didn't really have like 4K movies out at the time when I bought it.
Yeah, I waited till I could get a graphics card that could push 4K, which is my Radeon 7. And brother's like, why are you gaming a 1440p? He's like, the Radeon 7's a 4K card. So I was like, all right, I'm going to go out. I wanted to get a 4K monitor with like HDR and like a good refresh rate, but they were always like $1,000. Managed to cop one for 600 and has HDR 120 hertz 4K. And I've been gaming at 4K like easily 100 FPS on mostly everything, minus a few games.
Okay.
So I feel like 4K has already been achieved in games with these new cards. We just need to get them to a consumer level price. Like I think the consumer level price is like 300. Once we can get 4K down to 300, 4K will be the standard, and then AK will be next.
Yeah, because when you say like a 4K card, like people, I don't consider a card just because it can hit 4K a 4K card.
What I consider a 4K card is if it could do like 4K 90 FPS. That's like
if it
close
can do
enough
4K
to
with ease, like
max.
absolute
Yep,
ease.
max.
That's a 4K card. Like,
I'll give you an example. I did a benchmark video of my Radeon 7 overclocked to 2 gigahertz, and it beat the 2080 Ti in Division 2 with FPS max settings. So it's a wild card of a card. I'll tell you that much.
But back to you, BG. You saying good games, though. Like what's a good game?
What's a good game?
you talking about when it comes to VR, or what are we talking about?
Yeah, VR, just games in general. Because like you were saying, good games. Like Sony games are good story games, and they're one and done games. You play it one time, you
Oh
uninstall.
boy, here come this term one and done.
They're typically one and done. You uninstall it.
I
That's the
mean,
truth.
okay, but okay, what? Okay, but
Because you said that
one and done compared to who?
So what's the
we don't
difference
wait
between a one and done and a timeless?
Like compared
Yeah,
to what?
exactly.
Because like
Like
I
some
feel like
games are timeless. You
Microsoft.
can go back as many times as you want.
there's
and then-
games on PC
Okay.
that are good games that aren't on the consoles, and they're games that you just play and you play
Too
for
much
hours on end.
Oh,
Games like Rust, games like what other games? Insurgency, which is now going to the consoles because they had to wait for a good game.
Look at Fallout. That's the old Fallouts. They were like open world games. They're all single player, and people still play
Ark.
those.
Ark is a
Yeah,
game.
loser-
Minecraft
yeah,
also a game.
Yeah, weirdo
I
loser
like
PC
the-
shit that nobody
I like
wants
the
to play as
term-
that PC gamers. Yeah, that
I
yeah
like
they.
the term 1 month and done multiplayer games
Uh,
like Crackdown
or
Sabotage,
2 day one and dones is most multiplayer
1
games
month
I've been
and
trying.
done.
Listen, the PC games you're talking about with the like, I played Insurgency, but I would say like that's the like exception. But a lot of the shit you're talking about, like, listen, it's only a certain fraction, a certain demographic of PC dudes that even want to play that shit.
Me and my homeboys all came from consoles.
You and
we
Nick?
enjoyed playing Rust. We play Rust all day. Nah, Nick is not a person I game with, sir.
Check. When
But
did
yeah,
you start
Rust
PC gaming?
Back, well, I initially
Early-
started in '95, but I
95?
got like heavy into it in 2004.
Well, with me, I've always gamed on like a very low end PC and always played like turn based
Right.
games and like the typical PC game. I did get a high end PC until like 2013, and then I was like, wow, I didn't know games looked so much better on PC back then.
Right, that's when I got like heavy into it. Was 2004. Like when I found out, like, oh, you need a graphics card, you need all this stuff.
Because I
Yeah,
was always
you
getting
had
these
better
cheap
performance.
laptops and trying
Listen,
to play like
as far as like
StarCraft.
good games, like listen, I I mean, there was a point where XCOM was a good PC game, but I don't think, like, if you're talking about PC exclusives, I don't think there's like that many PC exclusives to me. A good game is just something. I mean, I enjoy it, but I don't
Gears
think
Tactics looks like a really good PC exclusive.
Yeah,
that's
a lot of stuff
actually, that is. I forgot that is actually exclusive. I mean, the Gears. I mean, Gears Tactics. I'm gonna be on day one because I like XCOM.
I like Gears Tactics because XCOM I'm not really a huge fan of, but Gears Tactics isn't. It's more like upgrade your characters versus like, build up your bases, sort of stuff like that, which I kind of like.
Listen, I just don't think like these games on PC typically. I just don't think they're typically good. They're for a certain PC audience. Like,
bro, you haven't even played them, dog. Like, I think you probably hated PUBG before you even played that.
No, I never hated PUBG. I never hated PUBG.
But you see how you like it, right? There's games that are better than PUBG out there that you just aren't willing to try. Like, I'm sure if you got on Rust with me and my friends, you'd be hooked.
No,
I'm telling you, you'll be hooked.
Man, Rust sounds like some trash.
It's actually pretty good.
Rust is coming to PS4 soon.
It's coming to console soon. Console gamers gotta wait.
Listen, like I tell people, bro. Right. I'm about to be 30 years old. At this point in my life, I could just look at a game and know if I'm gonna like it. I don't need to
a lot of us do that. I can do that with like. That's why people get mad when I say, I saw in Transistor and I was like, yo, it looks like his butt. And people got mad. It looks trash.
I mean, BG's not wrong. He doesn't like music in games, but he loved Ori's music, so he does say he has a fine taste.
Ori looks trash. I saw Ori. I was like, this was like a game I would have played back in '97. Why would I want to play it in 2020?
There's no game.
Did you not like Metroid? Did you not like Gex or any of those other platforms?
I did like Gex.
Yeah,
but that was back in 1997 and '98. It's 2020.
I'm looking at Rust, and I can tell you
that was the technology back then.
I'm looking at Rust, and I can tell you I would have no interest in playing this game. I would have zero interest in playing this game.
There's a naked man running around. Come on.
Yeah. What was that game? Turok. You can run around as a naked dude.
But it's actually pretty fun. It's a lot into the game. Like pretty much, you can either team up or be solo. You have to survive, and you also have other players in the world that have to survive, and they can either try to raid your base and take everything from you, or just try to survive the whole time. Nah, PUBG is a battle royale, so it's not like around in the game. Like you stay on for days, weeks, or months.
What's that game that DayZ?
DayZ, that game was garbage.
And I didn't like DayZ, so I probably wouldn't like it.
That game died.
But it looks like it, but it's nothing like DayZ.
It also kind of looks like Fallout.
It's almost kind of like DayZ.
Take no offense, but Rust is like full of hackers. I'm not gonna lie. Like the aimbots, like there's a ton of people in that game. It also
looks like it plays like Fallout.
Yeah.
That's a lot of PC games though. Like if you're gaming in any type of
stop. I could go on a EA game and I don't see any hackers.
That's a lie. It used to be people hacking on Battlefield.
They get their whole account banned on Steam. They have a system where you get banned from the game.
Yeah, bans. Yeah,
you still have your Steam account.
But Rust,
you still have your Steam account.
Yeah,
on Blizzard, you lose your entire account. Like Bond says, you lose your entire account, which should be done.
Oh, say that again.
So on Steam, you get banned from the game, but you still have your Steam account intact. If you do this on the consoles or Blizzard app or even EA's game, they ban your entire account.
For which game?
Any game. Titanfall, I haven't seen any. Battlefield, I haven't seen any hackers.
In any game, they should delete your entire account.
That's what they do. On Steam, they don't delete your account. They just ban you from playing the game for the rest of the thing.
They should delete everything.
Nope.
Jake, I didn't say everybody hacks on PC. I said if you play on the PC, you're going to run into a hacker.
But I'm saying if there's better restrictions on Steam where there is on EA, then it wouldn't be as much of a problem.
Dog, I'm sure there's a way to get an account that you can play on Battlefield.
So if someone has like 500 games like me, right, and they get their whole Steam account banned, they're never gonna hack again because they're like, I just lost all my monies. $10,000 worth of games gone.
On what?
On Steam.
That's a lie. People buy servers buy different accounts all the time.
No, listen.
Let's keep hacking. They do it all the time on those games.
Let's say someone downloads an aimbot because they watched it on some YouTuber and they're like, oh, I have 100 Steam games. Steam's like, oh, you're not banned from the game. Your entire Steam account is gone now.
On Steam, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they buy different accounts. I've been following this game for a while. They buy different accounts.
No, I'm not saying them to play it. I'm saying they're going to lose their account and they're going to lose other games. That's what I mean.
They don't care. They just buy an account from somebody.
That's weird.
No, I'm saying, what if an innocent person downloads an aimbot and they're like, oh, I'm going to try this out, and then they lose.
Oh, they were stupid. You're not innocent if you download an aimbot, right?
They're not innocent. What?
That's not innocent at all.
What happens if an innocent bank robber steals money from the bank?
So here, we'll sum it up like this, bud. I stole money from the bank. The bank's like, oh, we're just going to let you go and take the money back. You're fine.
Yeah.
That's what I'm basically saying.
There's no innocent in aimbotting, man. Like, as soon as I found out what aimbotting was back in 2004, I
It
was
ruins
like, oh,
someone
that's
else's
cheating.
experience, though.
Yeah, like, there's no innocent. You know what you were doing.
What they should do is they should definitely take. You should have to have a car. Actually, no, they can't do that.
No, well, so
because-
how Steam does is that they leave a thing on your account that says you are a hacker.
No, they leave back bans on your account.
It's called a VAC thing on your account that let people know you've hacked a game. And like I saw one dude, he tried to befriend me. He's like, I have 300 VAC bans, which means he's hacked 300 games and still had 500 games in his Steam library because Valve wouldn't ban his account.
They should ban that.
No, so what happened is like on Rust, if you are known as a hacker or something and you got banned, you get banned from that whole server. A lot of times, if you got back banned from other games and they see that, they typically will block you from coming into that server.
Yeah. So like that's what I meant. They don't like if you get banned on the game on Steam, they won't let you. You lose access to the game in your Steam library, but you can still go out and play like Doom or something.
And Rust is normally pretty good with hackers. So like we ran into some hackers recently, and literally reported them. And within 2 hours, the people that own the server got back to us. They was like, okay, yeah, we banned them from the server.
But what I'm saying is they should get their Steam account like banned too.
Okay. All right. Well, let's stop talking about.
I think they should serve jail time. That's just.
All right, you reaching now, Bond.
Yeah,
Relax.
you think they should be castrated?
Relax, Bond.
What, they need a license to play games too.
Relax, Bond.
Have to reapply for your gaming license.
So,
6 month suspension.
If you read the TOS on some of games, it does sound like you have a license. You're getting like a driver's license to play these games, from what I've been reading on them.
It should be treated like a DUI for driving for gaming.
That'd be cool.
I think you need to relax, Bond. But I want to bring up something. I want to make sure I'm not crazy. So, was having this conversation on Twitter, and pretty much talking about online games. And Blandrew, and we all know Blandrew is an
I saw that you are arguing with Blandrew.
So Blandrew said that he's still plenty of people, or at least he still, plays games with his friends like couch co-op locally. And I'm like,
what?
I'm like,
he was saying that what was it? He was naming enough games that Sony never published as multiplayer games. I'm like, couch co-op's better than the multiplayer, like Uncharted and stuff. And I'm like, really?
But he said, like, he was making it seem like the average I don't know anybody. First, the last time I played couch co-op with a friend had to be like well over 15 years ago.
Man, last time I did that, I was a teenager.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, you grown.
Like
first of all, whose friends? Like, first of all, most people's friends don't live. Everybody's friends don't live that close to them where they want to drive over to them and sit on their couch. First of all, most people, even if you best friends, I want to be in my own goddamn house. I don't want to be in nobody else's house. That's one.
Especially if it smells.
And we all got girls, and
people are married. Also,
keep the games hidden.
Even if most people wanted to be on somebody else's couch, most people's schedules clash. So I'm like, Blandrew, what are you talking about? Like, nobody is playing no couch co-op no more with nobody, or playing local multiplayer games.
So what I don't get is he was saying that like Nintendo's multiplayer games have always been better since the N64 than Sony, and I'm like, what?
See, and they were talking about. That's the thing. They were talking about couch, local games. I'm talking about online games because.
No, dude. Someone replied to me saying it's not just couch co-op; it's multiplayer too.
Well, I didn't think I had to explain online because I'm like, I expect all grown men to not be thinking about games that we have to be next to each other to play. I just automatically assume that.
If you were in middle school, I could understand this, but like if you're in elementary school or middle school, I can understand, but not now.
No.
And even now, like, I don't think kids are going over to each other's houses like
we
did.
They're playing Fortnite on their computers way away from each other. Way away from each other.
They're not saying, "Oh, come over to Action Mother. Can you come over to my crib so we can play?" Like, no, nigga, hit me up when you get home.
Oh,
like
I think the last time I did that was like 9 years ago. My homeboy just randomly came to the house, and we were playing like the little Sega old school games on the Xbox 360, and that was it. That was like 9 years ago. That's the last time I ever did that.
I could debunk that right now. If you look at the statistics that came out right near, 85% of Nintendo owners play on the handheld. How are they playing locally co-op then?
Very true.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
what, on the tablet? You're playing split screen on a tablet.
Hey, man, I don't know why y'all got a lot for narratives, man.
I don't know who's playing on split screen on a tablet.
All that here, bro.
Yeah.
Wait, split screen on a tablet?
Is he still doing that? Yo, you trying to get Corona, Blandrew? What are you doing?
Was he got an essential job like Jimmy?
Man, I got a essential job too, man. I got to sell computers to people.
Oh.
Sad.
That
I'm
is
about to
essential.
die. Yeah, I'm about to die.
All right, so Remedy has entered into a 2-game publisher deal with Epic Games. They're going to publish 2 games for them. One is going to be like the first one is going to be like a actual AAA game, and the other one is going to be kind of like on a smaller scale. Any thoughts about this?
Not even gonna play them.
So much for that Sony acquisition.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's pretty much
they probably were like, "Oh, Sony want to make a deal with us," and then, yeah, we got to give this to Kojima, and then Konami's like, "We're out."
Well, yeah, they got Kojima to make their boring ass walking simulators and stuff now.
Yep. They're probably gonna add that in whatever next walking simulator they put out.
Yeah. Remedy is like always moving from from one publisher
I'm
to a next.
surprised that. Did you guys hear about Remedy partnering with Epic Games? I'm surprised they didn't partner up with Sony after all.
That's what I said though.
Oh yeah, sorry
Yeah,
about
that's
that.
the publisher deal we're talking about.
Yeah, I had to look out my window because there was like a big bang out the window.
Yeah, that's the publisher deal we're talking about.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't really got nothing to say about it other than like, yeah, it's definitely not happening with Sony now.
They also Epic Games also got a publishing deal with the developers of Inside and The Last Guardian as well. With this,
That's good. Are they going to publish it exclusively on the Epic Store and make Steam compete? Because I remember Gabe Newell saying, "Oh yeah, competition with Epic is good."
Wait. The Last Guardian didn't I? Wait. What studio made Last Guardian?
Team Ico is not a
Ico.
part of Sony.
Oh, they're not. Oh, okay.
I think they named CloudGen or some shit. They changed their name to CloudGen.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting because that was the team that was supposed to be.
No. They named Gen Design. Gen Design. That's their name.
Just hopefully they could put out a game instead of waiting 10 years.
Yeah, so we'll see what games come out of that deal. Also during this week, God of War's, they removed the only on PlayStation tag but then replaced it with PlayStation only. They just put some other words on it for the PlayStation exclusive games, but that sparked people to start believing.
But the logo never had only on PlayStation since.
We was hype. I ain't gonna lie. I was one of them.
Yeah,
I don't know how people didn't realize that.
Yeah, so it's not a a sign that God of War is coming to PC. I mean, it still could, but this is not a sign of it. They just changed the wording of it pretty much. But
Yeah, I got a physical copy of God of War. Maybe it's my copy, but it don't say only on PlayStation on it. It just, well, maybe it does. Let me check. Well, the pamphlet does, but the case don't.
Make sure before you say it, man.
Yeah, I better. I'll post a screenshot. I'll post a screenshot on Twitter, and if I don't want to pull out a next gen and say, "Oh, the Devil May Cry is exclusive." I gotta check my facts. Yeah.
But look, I'm gonna be honest. I wouldn't have bought it even if it came out on PC. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That's another one and done game. I already beat it. No reason to play it again.
It was good, not as good as like 3 or something like that.
It definitely wasn't as good as 3.
I can actually respect Tick when he says one and done games, because he's one of those people that actually doesn't like one and done games. He actually really mainly likes multiplayer games. But the rest of these frauds that be saying it, I'm like, plenty of y'all niggas play other one and done games. So,
oh, that's Thunder.
Yeah. Thunder, you mean that dude on Twitter?
Oh no, I got like a tsunami hitting me or something upstate right now.
I thought you meant that dude on Twitter.
Hopefully my power don't go out.
Honestly, that's really all the topics for this week. That nothing happened this week besides that stuff.
I mean, the Nintendo Direct. You want me to pull up some more topics?
Wait, no, Nintendo Direct. I completely forgot about the kids.
Oh, the Nintendo Direct. I
forgot about the kids. I forgot about the kids. How could I do that?
Okay. I guess. I mean, I'm probably the only Nintendo fan in here, so I mean, I could talk about it if you guys are not caring about it whatsoever.
So let me.
Jimmy got a Switch?
I got day one, baby. I got it since launch. Still got the original Switch.
I got the original Switch too.
From 2017.
Why'd you get it for me, Smooth?
Oh yeah, Smooth bought it for him. Like,
wow, this made me forgot what you bought.
Yeah, I got the original. Like, funny story. I got my original Switch because they were sold out everywhere. So I did my sweet talk on the girl on the GameStop phone, and she's like, "I'm gonna hook you up with a Nintendo Switch, honey." And I got a Nintendo Switch, even though they were sold out.
So, you know what? I thought I'm about to say something I never thought I would say on YouTube. But Smooth, I'm actually gonna have to consider you a real
tax write-off.
Smooth, you are a real friend
Oh my god.
You a real one, Smooth.
That's Bond's second friend on here. Oh boy.
I can't even lie right now. Smooth, you are a real friend.
You want to kick around friends, you just rip off and
He's using you for your money.
Wait, how am I ripping him off?
because you know he gonna lose the bet, man.
Oh man. He would have beaten Bond in 2 bets with the Ori 90 Metacritic, but he didn't take it, which is kind of sad.
So
I wanted to see Smooth win.
real quick, let me go over the games that Nintendo Direct showed. So I didn't actually watch it, but I have a list here. There was Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. Thoughts?
Trash.
What do you mean trash? Xenoblade. First of all, Xenoblade Chronicles is probably the best game of last generation of mine.
Oh wait, no. Which game did he say?
Xenoblade Chronicles
Xenoblade
Definitive
Chronicles.
Edition.
Oh, you cut out. All I heard was cookie something. I was like cookie. Sorry. Yeah, I meant good. There was some trash games in the deck, but
Definitely
they-
my favorite game
that
of
was
last
good.
generation. Definitely top 10 JRPGs of all time. This is a remaster. It's not a remake. It's the same damn game.
it's a remastered. It's got new textures. They added a new
Yeah.
prologue to the game where you get new content,
Yeah.
which
But,
looks
like,
awesome.
People like Baron are saying it's a remake. I'm like, no. Final Fantasy VII, Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3, those are remakes.
Yeah.
This is just an enhanced version with upgraded graphics.
We
The
got upgraded graphics.
the
Like
game is not different.
did you beat it on the Wii or PC, Bond?
I beat on
Oh.
the PC.
Okay, I beat it on the Wii and then the PC, and I'm like, oh, that like if you played the PC version and maxed out like MSA, that looks like a remaster.
Oh my god, it looks amazing. Like I
it
probably got
does.
a quarter of the way through it on the Wii, but then I just emulated on the PC.
And plus, there were like some texture mods you can download. Oh my god! Like if you download the texture mod packs that the PC modders released, it looks close to what Nintendo's releasing on the Switch right now.
Yeah.
Close to it.
Look, you could run that game on straight up 4K, every super sampling everything.
Oh yeah.
There's also some ports coming. By the way, Nintendo fans hate ports and remasters. I just want to throw that out there, but they're happy
Oh,
about
there's
this.
Blandrew. He's coming in for this.
Bond, you are such a fraud.
How?
I'm so glad I caught you red-handed.
How?
Blandrew, back me up here.
No, for the longest time, Bond was telling me like we would always do these Xenoblade versus Xenoblade 2 like comparisons
He
on
still
Twitter. He would
does,
always
dude. Bond. Xenoblade 2 is now almost playable on the PC. You got
No. For the longest time, he would always hit me up on Digital Foundry said the game runs better on Xenoblade 1. And I was like, did you even play Xenoblade 1 on the Wii? And you were saying, yeah, I played it on the Wii. And now you're saying you played on the PC at 4K 60 frames.
No, I didn't say that. I said you can play it on the PC. I don't have a
You
4K
said you beat
monitor.
the game on PC
He
after
beat
playing
it
it
on. No,
a
he's asking,
quarter of
did you
the
beat
game.
it on the Wii? Which
No, I did not beat it on the Wii. I beat it on the PC.
there you go.
Exactly. I've been telling
Blandrew,
you.
did you beat it on the Wii as well?
Absolutely.
There you
But
go.
But did you not hear what I said? I played through the game on the Wii.
You played through what?
Exactly.
You
Delete
cut
this.
out. I didn't hear you.
Delete this. I said I played through a quarter of the game on the Wii.
A quarter is not the
Quarter of
full
the
game.
game.
So we're-
30 hours. So I played on the Wii for 30 hours. You're trying
Did you
to tell me,
did you get to
Those are all
McConnus when you were
numbers.
playing
and
on
you're
the
trying to
Wii?
tell me at 30 hours? Look, Landrew.
Did you
don't
get to
even-
McConnus?
I don't even remember where I got to him until we had so long ago.
Then how do you know you were a
Regardless
quarter of the
which,
way through? on
Yeah,
the Wii?
like
30
McConnus is,
hours
like,
in
quarter of
is
the
a
way. No,
But-
dude, you could spend 90 hours trying the first game.
I spent 150 hours playing the game, roughly. So 30 should be roughly almost a quarter. We'll go by rough guess.
Oh, like 1/4? Okay.
Regardless of which,
Yeah.
Xenoblade 2 runs like trash and literally devolves into
Okay.
resolutions below standard definition. So I don't want to
Okay.
hear it, Landrew.
First of all, Xenoblade 2, if anyone's playing that in handheld, it's unplayable. In docked mode, it can maintain the frame rate to a almost playable point. That's how I was able to beat it.
Almost to a playable point.
That's why I have to say quotation almost. Like I'll say about 80% of the game will run okay, but if there's that 120% that does dip to the mid-teens.
Well, like the
stuff.
fact that the game will reduce resolution below Sega Genesis can output Landrew, it's your argument is destroyed. I'm sorry.
That's not what I'm saying. You were saying that the game never dropped frames on the Wii version. You were always saying that Digital Foundry.
I said a console game never dropped frames.
Yes,
That's what you're implying.
you kept throwing that Digital
oh
Foundry
my
video.
God.
Someone
and
better
you're
take a
saying
clip of this and
This is crazy.
The only reason
A
I can't prove,
console game never dropped frames. I said that.
yes,
Bond, we might
I
need
will-
a collab base.
I will hang myself off a building.
Yo,
Oh, dude.
Yo,
Blander's about to cause Bond to suicide.
get that rope in that chair ready then, because I can prove. Actually, I can't prove it because you got
Bond,
banned. But trust me,
Blander's
I've
gonna
been.
bring him a chair.
that a console game never dropped frames.
Yes, you kept linking me the same Digital
Bro,
Foundry
even
video.
even my PC drops frames.
Again, you kept linking me the same I didn't even watch this video, but I know the exact video I'm
Well,
talking about.
If you didn't watch it, how do you know how bad it was in the frame rate?
I'm saying I don't watch Digital Foundry, but I know what video I'm talking about because that video he
The
kept
Xenoblade 2 one, or is it the Wii?
the Xenoblade 1 versus Xenoblade 2 comparison video.
Okay, and the frame rate was better on the Wii version.
For like the first 30 minutes of the game, it was something like that. And he was
Okay,
trying to
so I'll sum
So
this
what
up
is he
here.
talking about?
I'm gonna sum this up here. I beat Xenoblade 2 twice and the Torna DLC, docked mode, but in handheld mode, that frame rate is in the teens.
Why would
That
a
means
person
the game is
that
dropping frames, Blandrew.
I never argued that Xenoblade 2 didn't drop frames.
Okay, but can you? So you're saying that the Wii version didn't drop frames, or you?
No,
still
that
trying
was
to say
his
Bond did
narrative.
that?
But like even when they compared the 3DS and the Wii version on show, he dropped frames occasionally.
Yep.
No,
I don't know what this
digital
dude is talking about.
on the Digital Foundry video, you always used to tell me that the first hour of Xenoblade was flawless compared to the
I would
Xenoblade
never
2.
use the word flawless to describe a console game, especially on the Wii. Bland.
I wish I had the tweets, man. I'm telling you.
This is the
If
most
someone can pull up the
blasphemous-
receipts, want to make a bet on this, Bond? Want to bet
This is-
Blandrew on?
This is the
No,
most
no,
blasphemous
holy,
statements
you
of
can-
all time.
You can't find the receipts because his Twitter got
No,
banned.
no,
and
no.
he
I'm
has to
saying
type-
I'm just saying like if someone finds the receipts of Bond not saying this or Bond never said that, I bet on that.
Well, first of all, when have you ever known me to ever say I wouldn't even describe The Witcher 3 as flawless.
Yeah,
That's never what I would ever.
I'll
use
tell
to
you one thing,
describe any
Blender.
game.
I'm in all of Bond's streams, and I have never heard flawless
Okay,
like ever.
okay,
so
you
that's
just
probably not in
taking
his
it on my
vocabulary.
imagination. Okay.
Like this is crazy. First of all, we know consoles just period don't run games flawlessly.
Uh-huh.
That's just a fact.
I mean, maybe minus like Doom
me
running
find this
flawlessly
video.
on the
No,
consoles, but
no,
it takes
those-
heavy optimization.
They'll still drop frames. Hence the change to PC because you can. BG, can you like mute yourself like doing all that banging?
My bad.
This, I mean, I'm just saying, like, listen to Blandrew's blasphemy right here could be.
So getting back to Xenoblade, who's copping it day one besides me and Bond?
Already got that collector's edition
Day
pre-ordered.
one. I already got the.
Oh, you getting that
collector's
import? Anybody getting that import?
If I can find the European link, I'm getting both
I know
versions.
that going Japanese RPG.
Oh, it's for the UK, so it'll be in English.
Okay.
So the next game is that they showed was, well, I don't have it in actual order, but there was a bunch of ports. BioShock, Borderlands, and XCOM are also coming to the Switch. Marvel Ultimate Alliance Black Order, that's the Shadow of Doom DLC. There is Shin Senkai Into the Depths, some side-scrolling deep sea game. There's a Animal Crossing event coming. Bunny Day? Really? Bunny Day? Okay.
BG, it's Easter. Come on, man.
Okay, whatever you kids like, man. I'm not knocking it. Good job. It's an environmental puzzle game, apparently, that you work in an office, some shit like that.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I'm not knocking it. Catherine Full Body for the Nintendo Switch. Ring Fit Adventure. King's Bounty 2 actually. That's an RPG tactical game. Super Smash Brothers Ultimate Arms Fighter. So Arms characters are going to Smash. That's the next character, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Okay. People were upset about that. Yeah, Nintendo fans. I mean, Smash fans seem to be upset no matter who they bring. They don't get nobody they want. Bravely Default 2, that's coming out this year.
That's gonna be a day one. Or a day two. We don't do the day ones anymore.
The Ninjala, which looks, is this made by the same studio as Splatoon?
No, it's a Gung Ho. I think they did like the Grandia remakes. I mean Grandia ports to the Switch and PC.
Because it looks like the exact art style of Splatoon.
Isn't it a melee game like Bleeding Edge, Blander? Because it looked like that to me.
It's kind of more like a Final Fantasy Dissidia. They got the same director on board.
Okay, because I was tweeting saying this looks kind of like a kiddified version of Bleeding Edge with the melee combat. Maybe kind of like Splatoon 2.
It's definitely got the same influences.
Yeah. Is it free to play or is it you have to pay for it?
It's free to play, unfortunately.
Okay.
But
is it delayed or when's it coming out?
Unfortunately, why?
Yeah, every time I hear free to play, I really just don't want to play a game for some reason.
Yeah, it's the term free to pay as I prefer it.
Panzer Dragoon remake.
That's a timed exclusive, so
That's
Nintendo guys need to keep the same energy.
That's a huge game, especially if you want an original copy. You're paying $3. Sega foolish destroyed the master copy of that game, so they couldn't port it anymore. So they had to rebuild the whole damn thing.
They had to rebuild it. It's getting isn't Panzer getting patched in motion controls from what I've heard?
Yeah, that's why I didn't buy it right now.
Yeah,
if they don't have motion controls day one, it's pointless.
How long is it exclusive for on the Switch?
Hold on. This is a remake of the first game.
What about it?
Why would you want motion controls on a game that wasn't originally created?
They're patching in the motion controls, I think, for the blind.
Would you want analog controls for Mega Man Legends?
No. So how the motion controls work, when you're playing it on the tablet, you can like move the tablet back and forth, side to side. That's how you can fly in the game.
But
in the tablet mode.
That's a completely different argument, Blanche. Like, if the game wasn't designed for motion controls, period. So why would you say it has motion control?
No, it's a shoot 'em up. Like, they've done this multiple times. Pikmin wasn't designed with motion controls, but they made it work in the Wii ports.
Yeah, you can make it work, but I'm saying, why would a feature that didn't exist in the original game be a defining factor in buying it?
Oh, you guys actually use that damn shit? Motion control?
Motion controls is objectively the best way to play shooters.
Oh boy, here we go.
Blanchard, weren't you the guy saying Doom felt better with motion controls?
Actually, no, I never played Doom.
Oh, okay.
Panzer Dragoon's a red.
Might have been Baron.
Like Star Fox, though, Blandrew.
Yes. Have you played Sin and Punishment?
You think motion controls are better than using a mouse and keyboard, though?
Has played Red Steel on the Wii?
You think motion controls are better than using a mouse and keyboard?
Absolutely.
You're
it's
insane.
the reason people will. It's the reason people will always recommend.
Wow.
You're
it's
insane.
the reason people will always recommend Resident Evil 4 on the Wii compared to the other
You're
versions.
insane.
Well, Resident Evil 4, to be fair, did have good motion control, but I wouldn't prefer to play it that way.
But you're using a few games to justify your point, but that's not.
This is like when Tick was justifying buying a VR headset. Oh, he's got motion. I was like, it's not a defining factor though.
Wait, I gave you defining factors.
Blanche, if we play Call of Duty and you use motion controls, I use the mouse and keyboard. You think you winning?
What's up? You cut out.
If we play Call of Duty and you use motion controls and I use the mouse and keyboard, you think you winning?
Dude, it's proven with every game that has motion controls.
Right.
With Splatoon, if you're playing on an analog, you're going way slower than people that are using motion
controls. Is not more accurate than a mouse. It's not.
Yes, it is. I never said that a mouse. I said then like an analog stick.
I'll give you an example where it was really bad. So I used to be a Call of Duty fanboy, and for some reason I bought Call of Duty Black Ops on the Wii. For no reason, I tried the motion controls on that, and it was bearably unplayable. Maybe they didn't develop it for motion controls, but it feels like Panzer Dragoon's getting it. If it's not there at launch, it feels like they're just pushing it in there out of nowhere.
There was an article by Iwata back then. They said that they had to make the Sin and Punishment game for the Wii way harder because people that were playing with the motion controls versus people that were playing with analog were just cleaning house, and that's how it is.
Oh, so it's a difficulty curve.
Whenever you play point and click games with an analog, you're generally doing better than somebody playing with an analog. Wait, motion control.
At that point, why not just use a mouse and keyboard?
Bro, there's videos of this stuff out there. You can go look it up.
Stream pause is dead.
Blandrew, have you ever played Red Steel? It was a motion control game on the Wii.
Hold on. The internet, come on now.
Internet crashed.
Yeah, low key. I'm getting reds.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me see if it comes back up.
How's mine looking?
Okay, I think it's getting green up again. I think we're back. Hold on.
Hang on, I'll tweet it out.
Yeah, I think we're green. I think we're good.
No, I think it's still going.
Can the chat still see us?
Yeah, it's still good. We're good. It just.
I mean, I don't know if we're live because I see 700 people watching, but 7 likes. I mean, what
okay,
else do you guys got?
So this game is called Red Steel. I think it did the motion controls best back on the Wii. It is a very niche game. It got really hammered by the critics, but it was a really fun game that really showed what the motion controls do on the Wii. Similar to kind of like Metroid Prime 3 in a way as well.
Again, the reason motion controls gets a bad rap is because it's been used in wrong ways. Like Skyward Sword or something like that. Stuff that
that
like
was
waggle
stupid.
stuff. Is the
Is it?
reason-
What about motion controls on a handheld though? Because that's what the Switch is. Like I remember motion controls on the 3DS. There was a Call of Duty game on the 3DS I tried, and it had motion controls, which were
Well,
terrible.
I can't speak for 3DS gyro. I've never really tried it, so I just know point and click for shooters is the best way to go.
Speaking
So,
of
motion control,
Metroid, though,
so
Blandry,
mouse
you
and
still
keyboard
wanna
is
make that
basically
bet?
the definitive version. Then
You still want to make that bet, Blandry? Speaking of Metroid,
Yeah, I ain't making that bad E3 bad.
It's not happening.
I can't believe you thought about that for that long.
Let me finish the list of Nintendo games at the Direct. There was Clubhouse games. This is like 51 games of like board games and stuff like that. I think it's a collection.
BG,
of
you're
different.
breaking out. I couldn't hear you.
Beck, you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, Clubhouse games is a collection of 51 classic like board games and stuff. I think that's what that is. There's Star Wars Jedi Knight Jedi Academy and Star Wars Episode 1 Racer.
Those are on those PS4.
Yeah.
They're okay.
Trials of Mana, that's also on the PlayStation 4, and I think that's it. I think that's every.
Oh, hang
yeah.
on, Cold Steel 3 is coming to Switch too. So you Nintendo guys pick that up.
Okay.
And I'll pick it up. We'll have to bring part 1 and 2 over.
Pokemon Sword and Shield expansion pass. Yeah, that's pretty much. Oh, and there. Yeah, I think that's everything they talked about at the Direct.
So wait, all the Cold Steel games are coming to Switch?
Oh no, Cold Steel 3 is coming to Switch.
Do they already have Cold Steel 1 and 2?
No.
No.
That's weird.
So Cold Steel Collection is coming to Switch. It's on PS4 already. I don't know when it's coming to Switch, but it's going to come sometime later.
So hold on, the Cold Steel Collection would have all 3 games, correct?
No, Cold Steel 1 and 2 are coming in a separate collection. Cold Steel 3 is being released first on the Switch.
Well, how do you know this?
Because I followed NIS.
All right,
this is my first time hearing about it.
I'm still waiting for the Crossbell games to be localized. Thankfully,
Bond, they're working on it from what I've heard because I got a review copy of Cold Steel 3 from NIS. I think the guy said they might be working on it, so I'm just gonna wait and see because
been saying that for 2 years now, though, man.
The problem is localization with these games takes at least 2 to 3 years. From what I've seen with Cold Steel, it took them a while, and the new engine they moved on to with Cold Steel 3 was definitely a little more challenging to port to the PC and the Switch, from what I've noticed as well, because they're using a more higher graphical engine.
You know they have somebody fan translate complete and legitly, not a.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to use a fan's translation, you can use that too. I just prefer the local.
Trail Zero just had a legit come out.
Oh yeah, I love playing Cold Steel right now because all the characters I met in Crossbell, they're in there. No spoilers, obviously, but it's getting a lot of flashbacks playing that.
Yeah, I'm about 30 hours in Trail Zero right now.
All right, did you meet up with that? Was it that girl and the guy, the red-haired dude? I can't remember, but
don't you get Randy from the beginning of the game? Or are you talking about
that
character? You talking about Randy?
Randolph, yeah, Randolph, and what's that other?
We'll talk about it later.
All right, so people have been telling me that there's a new Nier game coming out. Nier.
Oh, it's a Bledger, you're getting that? It's a remake.
Remaster.
Yep.
Okay. I don't really care, but
the first Nier.
No, it's good. It's definitely.
We get it free on PC. That's what I'm asking.
I feel bad for never finishing the first one on the 360. I was renting it from GameFly. I never finished it after that, but I'm definitely going to finish it in the remastered.
Is it going to be free if you already own Nier Automata on PC?
Look at this nigga always looking for a handout.
I think they might give you a discount.
Did it?
They'll probably give you a discount. I've noticed that.
No, they should give it to us for free.
I mean, I'm not saying you shouldn't. I don't really care about it personally.
I got all the BioShock remasters for free because I had the collection.
Oh, I did too. I remember that. And what was it? Red Armageddon? You got that free too if you own the game.
And there was also this this cross-gen game. It's a PS4 and PS5 game. Can't remember the fucking name of it, but a trailer for it leaked. Let me check right now. It's in my.
Is it Godfall?
No,
it was some survival horror.
It's in my DMs.
Oh, that game.
Yeah.
It's in my DMs. Hold on.
I know what you're talking about.
Where is this dude that always sends me news? And
nudes?
People were,
Do you say nudes?
News.
Oh,
Jesus Christ, nigga.
Hey man, you've been locked up for a long time. How old are you?
I have, man. The best girl contact I've been getting is over the phone.
Dude, that always sends me news. Fuck, where's this dude name at? But pretty much it seemed like a horror survival shooter maybe, and like people were, I don't know why people are acting like every game that gets announced for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 is an exclusive made by Sony themselves. So it wasn't looking like a very good game, and people were like holding Sony accountable, and I'm like,
Oh, the chat's calling it quantum error.
oh yeah, quantum error. I'll look that up.
Mhm.
So people were like, you know, like, oh, it looks mid. I'm like, yeah, I don't know the game yet that like all these cross-gen games are most likely gonna be mid. And it's by the way, it's a PC, PS5, and PS4 game, I believe. So, but everybody is acting like they don't know that just because it's a next-gen game, that doesn't actually mean Sony is making them. Like, people need to be aware of that. And the game doesn't look very good. There was some gameplay of it. It almost looked like a VR game, to be honest. Like, visually, it doesn't look good. Gameplay, it looked.
I haven't seen anything.
You know
what's
what
the
I mean?
premise of it?
It looks like a horror game.
It looks like Dead Space. It looks like Dead Space.
In first person shooter.
It's like a PlayStation multiplayer game.
No, it's yeah. If we had to describe it, it looks like if it was a first person Dead Space game, but with like more grounded regular guns, and it doesn't look very good. You know.
Yeah.
It's called Quantum Error. It looks mid. It looks generic. Like, literally, if you look at the trailer, the gun has no textures on it. It's a shiny clay mold.
Wow.
What?
It's a shiny dead ass. Like, the gun has no textures. It's a shiny clay mold, bro. Like, it
Is it a
looks.
Switch game?
Ooh,
Game
the
doesn't look
shade.
good, man.
It's just being thrown everywhere.
All right, so only thing I got left is had to bring back a one gotta go.
All
Yeah,
right.
how come we don't do these anymore? We need to
Yeah. We should do like one's got to go and what's people have been playing like that week too. That should be like a thing.
I agree. I agree.
Half the time I don't care what y'all playing, but no, I'm fucking with y'all. So I got Final Fantasy VII, the remake, of course. The Last of Us 2, Cyberpunk 2077.
Say this again.
Yeah, say it again.
Final Fantasy remake, Last of Us Part 2, Cyberpunk 2077.
The Last of Us.
Last of Us remake.
Wait, whoa. Final Fantasy.
Cyberpunk for me.
100% Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy, it's not complete.
Final Fantasy. I never cared for Final
We
Fantasy.
already
ever.
know how it ends.
Yeah, it's old.
This is actually pretty. You got people saying. I think each one of us, each one of us said something different. Like, at least two of us said, like, you know, each one of those games.
Jimmy said Cyberpunk. I'm saying Final Fantasy.
I'm absolutely saying Cyberpunk. I still think that game is going to be like very disappointing for y'all. I'll put money on that.
If you, I could say that, but the reason I'm saying Final Fantasy VII is the game is incomplete. So if we're saying about the complete version, then maybe Cyberpunk for me.
But it's even that. Like, I would rather play the trash of us over Final Fantasy if I had the choice.
Yeah, it's a new game too.
One's a new game. Two, I already know the beginning, the middle, and the end of Final Fantasy. We already know what happens from front to finish.
Okay.
And it's not like we talked about earlier. It's not like Japanese RPGs are known for their gameplay. You know what's going to happen.
I can't wait for Cyberpunk to come out because I think it's gonna prove that CD Projekt Red aren't these god developers that y'all think they are. I think they're gonna expose themselves. I really do.
Anyone betting on that Metacritic score for Cyberpunk?
What if it comes out to a great acclaim, BG?
Yeah.
It's gonna do good regardless.
Like a 90.
No, but here's the thing: it can't get anything lower than a 90 is an absolute failure, in my opinion. Because of
the high standards for this game.
Because of how they praise them. See, when y'all praise these developers and call them the best in the industry, anything less than a 90 Metacritic to me, you failed. That's what y'all did. Y'all put these expectations on them, not me. So anything less than a 90, that game failed.
I love how BG calls me a contrarian. He is definitely a contrarian.
I'm not. These are my true
He didn't
feelings.
like that it was getting a lot of love, you know, especially I think Bloodborne was out around that time. You know, he was really loving Bloodborne. So
that wasn't BG's game of the year, though.
Yo,
I know.
Is Jack
just had to hate it.
Tomb Raider was still good, though.
Yeah, I was just about to ask where's Jack at.
You even
He
hit
hated
it,
it before he
Jack?
played it.
I am here. Y'all asked me a question. I just answered it.
I
what'd
think
you
when
kill?
it gets below anything below an 88. It's
I get rid
severely
of Final
disappointing.
Fantasy.
Yeah, Final Fantasy.
The Last of Us.
I look. I never cared for Final Fantasy back in '98, and I don't really care too much now. Final Fantasy all day.
Okay. And now I got the reverse. you know, you could pick your poison on this one. If you had to play one of these games for at least 50 hours, right? Choices are Bleeding Edge, Predator, or Animal Crossing.
Animal, BG, don't do that. Why is that even in the same conversation?
Bleeding Edge, you got me there.
Because for some of us, playing that game would be absolute torture.
Yep.
I'll play Predator.
Bleeding Edge.
See, Blazer, you think everybody gonna choose it? No, I'm going with Bleeding Edge.
No, you put two terrible games against Game of the Year
Dude,
contenders.
no. I played Animal Crossing and Bleeding Edge.
I put 2 mid games against a game no adult would want to play.
No adult would play.
This was one
Crazy
because
because it's mainly adults that are playing.
You gotta pick
mainly
one
adults playing it.
to play pick one that you would have to play for at least 50 hours.
BG, what game are you?
Animal Crossing.
Thank you, Jack.
Jack capping, he's not playing that shit.
Jack plays a game where you cook with little cutesy characters, bro. Like, he definitely playing that.
You're
That's
right.
his kind of game.
Maybe you're right.
Yeah.
I mean, my brother plays Animal Crossing in his bunny pajamas, but he's a special needs person.
Wow.
So that's why I'm not picking that game.
Did you buy Animal Crossing, Blazer?
Yeah, did you get
Yeah,
that?
I played it for like an hour, but I did buy it.
Oh, bro.
You only played it for an hour?
Here we go with this.
Why is the user review so low for Animal Crossing then?
Oh, that's because
I was
on the
confused by
Switch, if you can only have one island per console. So if you were to have like another user, you would still be on the same island.
Hey man, I don't know.
Nintendo basically expects every person in the house to have their own Switch, and that's why people are upset.
Oh, so they're being little privileged bitches and babies. Okay.
Have you seen the stuff they've been putting out in that game? Like they did that with was it Smash Brothers, where like the Twin Towers were getting destroyed. Now people are putting out like these questionable things in Animal Crossing. I'm just saying.
Oh, they like putting little Animal Crossing characters.
There was one. They even made that you know that infamous porno with the one chick and the 4 black dudes. They recreated that.
I saw that one, yeah.
Like y'all wild out here, bro.
Blanche, are these your people? Or are these BG's people? You let me know.
Those his people.
BG's people invading my console.
Nah. Dumb. That's his people. I don't play none of these weirdo games.
I've disowned them.
I don't fuck with PlayStation fans. I don't fuck with Nintendo fans. I don't fuck with none of these niggas, bro. I'm really my own species out here as far as fans go.
That's why I play everything. Of course, I'm not one of those guys. I can say my preferred platform is a PC, of course.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's PlayStation. It always changes.
All right. And actually about to be 8:30 on the dot. We haven't done that in a while. That's all I got for this week because this week was pretty dry. Let me read these super chats.
8:30. That's when we stop. You finally ended on time.
Yay!
There's a lot of topics, but this week is super dry. So go ahead and read these super chats. And I really gotta fucking go with the chat. I'm sorry, I gotta go with the chat too.
Well, I've been seeing that.
These motherfuckers been acting like y'all been acting real fucking crazy.
Have you seen that? They're like arguing. Why is Jack so quiet? Why is this guy talking so much? It's like,
bro,
Jack said he'll talk when you hit that like button.
Exactly.
Listen,
get 1,000 likes.
Jack doesn't care about none of these topics, and like. If you know
this week
Jack
doesn't have any PlayStation stuff.
If you know Jack, these are not really topics that he would speak on. So I like, the chat, like they get mad when guests don't talk enough. They get mad when guests talk too much. Like what's the name was on here last week? Def Grips, and he was just talking regular. They was mad at him because he was an Xbox dude talking. And then but when OBJ come on here acted wild and belligerent, and OBJ is my guy, I don't got a problem with it. But y'all see, when it's a PlayStation dude acting crazy and an Xbox dude acting regular, y'all act like there's a fucking problem. Like he was acting completely normal, and motherfuckers had a problem with it. Like,
again,
y'all are real selective.
They got all these complaints, but they still can't drop a like.
Yep. At least they keep it gaming,
bro. Like, oh, BG, you gotta vet these guests. You gotta check their social security number. You gotta do this. You gotta, go through their college profile, see what grades they got. We asked y'all to press one button. Y'all can't do that, but BG gotta go through a whole motherfucker's whole life. Like he's trying out for the FBI or some shit. If y'all don't get out of here with that.
And the funny thing is, they get free game streams if they hit 1,000 likes.
Yep.
Be why asking for all this shit. Oh, go through his college profile and check out, do a background check. Check his check his fucking credit report and all that. See if he got evicted. Hit the like button. Y'all can't show up. Like, man, if you don't get the fuck out of here.
Again, BG, there's a reason
Demonetized.
why this podcast was called the Pony Wheel Podcast for the longest.
And no, but here's the thing, right?
Y'all know how y'all get down with these PlayStation guys.
No,
these
but
top-
The only Nintendo guys here are me and you, Blade.
See, that's usually why, like, we've had the issue with overbooking is because I always try to get. That's an attempt of me always trying to get people with different perspectives, and usually, like, some dudes still duck, or. Shit happens. I mean, we were supposed to have a dude on this week. Last week, he told me, "Yeah, I'll be there." And like, I hit him up. I hit him up yesterday and today, DMs and tweets, and it's like this motherfucker just ghosted.
Oh no! Have you seen what they've been exposing him about on Twitter?
I know. So, but like,
he's not coming. No.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing, BG. I'm probably the realest guy who'll come in here. You could talk any topic about anything. I got almost 10,000 trophies on PSN. I got like hundreds of games on the Switch. I got hundreds of games on my PC. I got tons of Xbox and stuff like that. Any topic you want to bring up, I'll talk about.
Death Grips is slow. Why? Because he's an Xbox guy. He didn't say nothing fucking crazy last week. Like, come on, man. Like y'all listen, y'all fanboyism be showing real hard. That's all I can say. Y'all fanboyism be showing real hard.
They couldn't even get Ori gets props, but then Death Grips is suddenly the Antichrist.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, listen, I'm here for the jokes and all, but OBJ was literally he wasn't downplaying, but like dudes was joking on Ori, a game that is clearly a great game, and like motherfuckers thought it was hilarious. Like, come on, man.
Is this the first person mod?
Yeah, that's the first person mod. Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to see the nemesis come out in this.
It looked weird on the shotgun though.
I'm just saying, like, y'all got different energy in here when it's a PlayStation dude and when he acting a certain way.
My issue is y'all keep wanting, but a simple thing is hitting the like button's too hard.
How much it costs to hit the like button? I can't remember.
Apparently it costs your $1,200 Trump check.
Yeah, clearly.
Well, these frauds
Cost
that
some energy.
watch the podcast is just they're a bunch of yes men. They need to get their opinion stroked every other fucking day.
Tell us, Smooth.
Can't stand them. Like I can't stand. Like I really can't stand these people, yo. They're literally they need to get their fucking they need to get their opinion like stroked every fucking day, and that's why the minute fucking BG speaks like, let's say, not like, hey, the minute BG doesn't call an Xbox game like just complete garbage, he'll say if it's okay or manageable, it's a problem.
Yeah.
It's like, really? Is that serious?
Dudes was
Y'all
losing
getting more dislikes right now.
You know what? Look, I like the audience. I appreciate the audience, but they out here acting like women, thinking we're simps.
Oh my god!
Thinking that we're gonna be providing all these free dinners and be cool with y'all not even giving.
Bon, they could just make us a free sandwich by just getting 1,000 like buttons. Is that all?
I know, right? like they just expecting free meals all day every week without even a thank you, thinking like that's cool, then complaining.
To be fair, they don't want to mess up their like playlist, guys. Come on.
Oh god, there's a like playlist. I did not know that.
Yep, that's a like playlist. I got.
You could disable it.
Yeah, that's the
You can hide it from the public.
That is the lamest excuse, and I'd be ready to smack somebody. Oh, I don't want to mess up
I don't like because it's not in my liked playlist.
Well, first of all, who revisits?
Who goes to their like right?
Who goes to their like playlist?
People be checking it. People be checking it.
For what?
Who?
To see if you like any videos.
But here's the craziest
you can private
part,
that
right?
so nobody else can check it.
You could private it. You could disable it. Yep.
Here's the craziest part, though. People always will pick on other YouTubers like, how did this loser get so big? How does this loser get so many views?
I ain't pressing
you
the like
deserve
button.
these much views because those losers have fans that hit the like button.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yo, for real, y'all are trying to have us like, interview these developers, interview these studios, and have all this stuff. Like, hitting the like button, that helps all that happen because the podcast grows and the podcast reaches out more people.
I mean, if you want, I could try to get an NIS developer on here.
Exactly. But I'm saying, like, literally, like, the YouTube sub boxes are broken. The only metric to finding videos now is the actual like button.
Dislikes don't work no more.
Oh, just had to call out the chat. Sometimes you got to do it because y'all be in I'll be acting wild.
I do what Bond does. If someone's like, "Let me see your gaming cred," I keep receipt.
You got dudes literally lying, hiding a trophy list, and you know they got 1,000 likes on their videos. But you know, God forbid you ask for a like here. Like even now as we talk about it, the likes ain't move.
They ain't moving.
Come
The
on,
chat
man.
feels insulted.
Jack didn't talk today. You also ain't hit the like button, nigga. Okay, y'all even. What's the problem? Y'all even as far as I'm concerned.
Well,
Got it.
BG, I'll thank my subscribers for hitting the like button. They're hitting me up saying, "Glad to see me on." So I'll thank you guys for the hitting the like button. Thank you. Thanks for adding to the contribution.
Let me read these super chats.
Oh, this game looks familiar for some reason. Oh, this is Saiken Densetsu 3.
What that game on screen?
Yeah.
That's Trials of Mana.
Yeah. But its
BG,
original game. I called it by its original name.
Oh, I don't know.
Super
I'm
Nintendo.
casual, I
yeah,
guess.
We booted.
I'm casual. I don't know nothing. I'm gonna fall
Trials
back.
of Mana.
Hannibal Barker said, "Yo, BG on J." Oh, that was at my stream earlier today. He wrote that on my streamer. Papa John said, "Move my Patreon request. Why does it take you 1 month?" Bond and Jack, the only real ones. I gotta stream a game for him too. I'm gonna do that.
I'm a stream after this podcast. It's just gonna be on Twitch though.
I think I've completed every streamed game except for that one bum ass game. What the hell is that game called? It was like 2D Dark Souls.
Oh, Salt and Sanctuary?
Yeah, you know what my biggest problem with that game is? How the hell do they make a 2D game where you can't use the D-pad?
That's the thing. I like that game a lot, even though it didn't use the D-pad. I just was good with the stick.
Instant fail.
I platinum that game.
That was like
Me too.
That was like good. Smooth. You platinum it?
Platinum what game?
You know, damn.
Salt and Sanctuary.
I played it. I played that.
Telling me
It's
to
got
play
co-op.
Telling me to play a 2D side scroll with the joystick is like deprogramming like 31 years of my life. I can't do that.
You said with an analog stick?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the only way to play a 2D game.
A 2D side scroller, a platformer?
Yep.
What?
I mean, depends on the person.
The only one I refuse to play like that is Mega Man X, but outside of that, yeah.
You crazy, Blandrew.
I mean, how many people beat Ori with the D-pad?
People actually play Ori with the joystick?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
There's a thing though. There's certain skills you can't use in Ori without the D, where you like jump up to another area. You have to use the stick.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem using that. Yo, Blandrew, you really be going over to your friend's house to play video games? You capping,
Yeah.
right? What?
In this
Blandrew,
pandemic?
stop this.
Wait, not right now, but like a month ago, yeah. We were playing Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Mario Kart, Smash, and Guilty Gear.
But you was making it seem like
play those
just
over
be,
the online,
you just
though.
be hitting up your friends and going over to their house every other week or something.
I mean, we hit up like probably once a month.
Oh, that's not really. That's not what we was talking about. That's different. Like once a month. That's 12 times a year.
Yo, I got a dip, son. I got a dip.
All right, Tick.
All right.
All right. Getting real on this Rust, man. We're getting rated.
So excited. So shout out to BG for keeping the amount of fuck niggas to a minimum.
BG, your mic went out.
Oh, so excited. So shout out to BG for keeping the amount of fuck niggas to a minimum. So excited. Also said Predator is better than Bleeding Trash. You are on drugs.
Bleeding Trash.
Blaze
I called it that
4K.
too.
Blaze 4K said Bleeding Trash, my dundo. Shout out to Blaze.
He's not wrong.
Jack move. You was a bitch ass motherfucker. You know that, dog? I had to hit that sound clip. Me and Blaze king of the sound clips right now.
Oh right.
I gotta get that sound clip.
What do you have, that Elgato soundboard thing?
Nah, it's a Go XLR. There's a sound clip of Jack saying that he used to be of Jack saying he used to be a black woman. I gotta get that one.
How's a Gold XLR? Is that what you said?
Go XLR, Go XLR. Dev Money said, I'd say wait for a VR headset sale or buy one. Dev Money also said, Holy One podcast with Weapon Wheel. Mr. Whitaker said, check Google Play for True Yard Trivia, black-owned business by ST Swizz Media and myself.
Bro, that shit's $500. You spent $500 on that thing?
It's a mixer. I needed one.
You spent $500 on it?
Yeah, it's a mixer.
That's gold chain right there.
I need because I switched to a dual PC setup, so I needed the mixer. So because pretty much it's 3 devices in one. What I did was I sold the 3 devices I had, and that came out to $600. So I actually made a profit by selling the 3 devices and buying this.
That's wild.
Yeah,
That's a nice flip too.
yeah. I mean, my desk was super cluttered because it pretty much it took 3 devices to like power the Shure SMB microphone I had, and then then someone told me about this, like, oh, it's those devices in one, and I bought this. I'm like, yeah, way better. Mr. Whitaker said, what happened to Share Factory on PlayStation? Isn't it still there? Did something happen? As far as anybody knows?
This
I
is
ain't
still
seen that in
this.
ages.
This is still there.
Appreciate the likes
It's
going
still
up,
there.
everybody. I really do appreciate that. You are appreciated.
Yeah, I don't know anything that happened to it. As far as I know, it's still there. Jay Bari said Predator, Hunting Grounds, better than Bleeding Edge, BG, and Smooth Tight. Respect gaming. Yeah, all right, Bari. We can't take you serious right now. Mr. Whitaker said, what games are y'all currently playing? I'm playing Neo 2.
I'm playing Cold Steel 3 and Daemon X Machina.
I'm playing Bleeding Edge.
I'm playing. I mean, I just finished my Dead Space 2 playthrough. I'm playing Bleeding Edge and waiting for Resident Evil 3 to come out.
That too.
I finished Doom Eternal. Now I'm playing Legend of Trails from Zero.
I
Playing on
finished
RE3.
I finished Tales of Vesperia, and I'm juggling Rune Factory 4, Snack World, and Animal Crossing.
Well, Andrew, how did you not like Vesperia?
It was boring. I'm not gonna
How?
lie.
It's great.
Eh,
Because Symphonia has superior beings.
thank you.
True, but
Like I said, Symphonia, Graces, and Abyss I thought were all way better than Vesperia.
still a good game though.
Only person I liked in that game was Yuri. Outside of him, it was just
Yeah, he's the best character. That's what made the game really good. Playing the new game, the extra content post game is pretty good though, so you can check that out.
All right. Ruffle Mutt said Xenoblade or The Last of Us, May 29th. Yeah, a lot of Nintendo dropping a lot of these games
I'm
from the
definitely copping
Direct
Last
on the
of Us
same
2
day as The
first.
Last of Us. They won't smoke.
oh look, of course,
Nintendo
The Last of Us is going to sell more. Let's not even do this. But I'm picking up the Xenoblade. I'm not even worried.
I
about
don't
that.
know. Xenoblade is an RPG, so I'm not gonna.
There's any possibility of you playing Last of Us 2 or 2 Bond? Or are you gonna see if it goes to 60 frames on PS5?
Only way I'm playing The Trash of Us 2 is if it's donated. I'm not gonna try to play it. Maybe if it's PS5 60, but not PS4.
The first thing I'm gonna do is see how well Ellie swings, and I'm gonna send Bond a video.
You're going straight to that
Well,
multiplayer.
she don't really
Oh, wait, never
swing.
mind.
She stabs.
You think they're gonna fix that snow physics that everyone's complaining about? The snow gate or whatever?
People been
That-
overblowing that shit.
Like what was
That
it? Remember the
looks
Spider-Man
bad.
Watergate? Now everyone's like
No,
Snowgate,
yeah,
Snowgate.
Snowgate. Nah, bro. Like, listen, does the snow impact look the best? No, but people were making it seem like this is about to like fuck up the whole rest of the game, dog. Like,
That's snow.
I had Xbox dudes in my mentions saying Ori looks so much better than Last of Us.
Oh my god.
I'm like, come on, y'all literally used two seconds of a game and snow, and now y'all worried about the rest of the game. I'm like, y'all need to relax. And I'm not even, and I don't even want to defend Naughty Dog because that multiplayer is missing. So the only thing I really want to do is low-key slander them. But like, come on, bro. Some snow didn't react the proper way. And y'all think this is a sign or a red flag of the rest of the game? This is a reach.
Yeah,
It's not a reach.
yeah. It's a bunch of junior developers working on the game.
I remember Watergate. They did say they patched it out and made it better.
Yeah, I think they'll do that with this.
They'll make it better. This is probably like pre-Delt alpha footage.
Oh god, fucking cat's back.
Yeah, she's ready
I
for
love
me
cats.
definitely ready for me to get the hell off and feed her. But okay. Life in Time podcast said Mouse will always win because it's more comfortable. Nobody wants to hold their arm up or stand. That's why we died out. Also,
Stand.
Holy One is a good guess. keep calling out Blandrew. I mean, he's right about the part where you have to hold your arm up. Ain't nobody want to do that.
Again, that is greatly exaggerated.
Well, what's more? Well, let's say okay, I've modded the Xenoblade game with the keyboard and mouse to see how it felt versus the regular motion controls on the Wii, and it felt better.
Xenoblade doesn't have motion controls.
Said he modded it.
I modded it.
No, Xenoblade is not a point and click game.
Oh, that's what he.
Yeah, it is. You click the giant circle.
Okay, Bob. Okay.
You know where you have to okay, you know where you're on the D-pad, right? You have to move the D-pad to make a command on Xenoblade. I could just push a key and make it happen.
Do you
go ahead?
Do you use motion controls to select the attacks in the Wii version? Do you actually move the cursor around on the Wii?
Not on the Wii, no.
Thank you.
I said that. I was trying to say like you can. I think I was trying to say another game, but Xenoblade came first to my head.
Damn, I can't believe this game's got 3 endings and I have to play through.
Yep.
Just pretend the other 2 don't exist.
No, you have to play the game 3 times.
You have to get all the endings to get the story.
Depending on who your main character.
Yeah, who you picked first.
I believe it's between.
It's like that with Cold Steel as well, Bond. Like with each character you pick, there's a different story at the endings.
It's between the fighter, the mage, and who's the other main character?
Is it the Baton Girl?
I think the thief.
The thief, yeah.
So excited said OBJ and Baron are entertaining. Death Grips is slow because he's an Xbox guy. Well, he didn't add that last part, but I think it's because
someone made a good suggestion for 1,000 likes. If we get 1,000 likes, me and Baron debate on Weapon.
That's another thing. Baron is just the Nintendo OBJ, and people hate him, but they love OBJ.
I don't like either of them.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. People don't keep the same energy. There are some people that like both. There are, but like they do. There's a lot that like Baron too loud. He screamed too much, literally. And like I said, this is not a shot against OBJ. Him and Baron come from the same cloth. Like they're, and I'm
they
like,
might be twins, dude. They might be twins.
Low key. Pretty much.
Every time he gets on the mic, hey, what's up, guys? Oh my God, is that Baron? Please tell me that's not Baron. Oh my God.
I didn't hear nobody talking about how loud or obnoxious or crazy OBJ was. I ain't see none of that. I was like, man, I don't keep the same energy. It's cool though. Anyway, Dev Money Baron blows my eardrums. Tonywood25 said, y'all should know by now, most of these freeloading cats in the comment section use toilet paper water with their Roman noodles. WWP don't need these non-gaming, no-like, button-clicking moochers. TW25 holding y'all down. I catch y'all individually every Sunday. Appreciate it, bro. Shout out to you. Gideon Alvin White said, shout out to BG, Smooth, Blandrew, Tick, Jack, and Bond. Shout out to you, bro. Appreciate it. Mega Z456 said, shout out to all the podcast members. Y'all the goats around here. Appreciate it, man.
Fix that sword clipping through his hair, like.
Damn, there was one thing else I wanted to say. Can't remember what. Oh well.
Duran's
oh yeah.
By the mage.
When one thing I want to start doing like is for the games that it applies to is spoiler cast. Like for Last of Us Part 2, we need to do a spoiler cast. Some of y'all not gonna.
Oh, what dates the spoilers could be talked about?
But not on Sundays. Like I want to, like if we can't do it on Sundays, I want to do it in the middle of the week. If people are available, and if we have to do it on a Sunday, some of y'all just can't show up because y'all ain't gonna beat the game, But I think we definitely should do like a spoiler cast. And I'm gonna invite some like real Last of Us enthusiasts. So like Jack would definitely be there. I
platinum Last of Us, so I pretty much can give some feedback if you need be.
I know Bond not beating it. Smooth probably not in a rush to beat it. Like so, I want to do the spoiler cast like the week, like literally as soon as possible. That's an idea I have, and like we can do it for other games, like when it's relevant, like other games that have stories. That means no Nintendo games. Can be.
You want to do one for like RE3?
Not really.
Sir, a Nintendo game with a much better story is coming out the same day as The Last of Us Part 2.
What's that?
Well, that's old game though.
It's an old
Xenoblade Chronicles.
And like this, I don't feel like there's much more much regarding Resident Evil that we can do a spoiler cast on, because I'm sure they're changing some things, but I feel like we already know the story. So, but that's it. We can, if y'all ready to go, we can get out of here. Shout out to chat. Hopefully y'all act right next week, and hopefully there's more topics and shit to talk about next week. All right, we
Hit
out.
that like button.
Yeah, hit that like button. We out. Peace.